Okay. Sorry, I had to fix an audio thing on my end. So hopefully that is everything's working. It was a hardware thing. But yeah, hello. Hello. Welcome in. It is yet another time for some D&D. So with that, let's get this bad boy started.
She just had strips.
God, he's so loud tonight. Change that.
Shape is all.
He has a very what's the word, modular voice where he talks really low and then you can't hear anything, and in the same sense he talks really loud. So it's really hard to find that audio balance.
Speaking of super yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of people
Oh,
getting
it's
turned
just-
into sushi,
There we go. There it is.
There it
That's what I
is.
was waiting for.
we would like to do a recap.
Getting turned into sushi. That's funny. Well, we don't have Opal and
Nope, tonight.
Kozik. Oh, Kozik's back, and Zed. We're waiting for Zed to show up.
All right, recap. We were continuing our adventure at the cabins we found in the woods on our way to Bonk
Right.
Village. And Shaw was finally satisfied that there was nobody in danger within them. So he was like, let's hit the road. But Zed in particular was like, I think there's something special in these places, or could be. So he was feeling real frisky and wanted to explore some more. So we took a rest, I believe, and then Kozik was able to dispel all the different magical effects on the doors. We
I
went
think it
through the
ended up
second door.
being Inanna's magic that did it. I think
Oh,
That
okay. So
that
you weren't able
dispelled
to
all the.
dispel. Oh, you
just for
tried to,
proper
but it
credit,
didn't work, right?
I tried
That's
and
right.
failed.
So Inanna went and dispelled the final was it not conjure? It was conjuration and evocation, I believe. The spell on the door, and we went through the door and ended up in a grand field in a completely different world. It's just a
Oh.
door, or no, there were cabins in this other
Same
world.
cabins.
Same cabins, different world. And as we were entering the doors, Cha happened to notice a horrible stomping, crashing sound in the woods back where we had just come from. And then, right as they entered the door, a huge reptilian eye looking through the window of the cabin. Horrifying,
Wow.
monstrous sound. So then we were suddenly, we threw the door closed. We're like, what the fuck? And then Opal, very bravely, decided to try to get back through because we realized we were in a whole other world. We didn't really want to be. We didn't wait around. We just were like, we should probably get back to the world, and deal with whatever that eyeball thing was. So Opal opened the door, threw the door open, and a horrible gust of flame roasted her.
Oh, what?
So we started to piece together that this was a fire-breathing dragon on the other side of the door that had come and smashed the cabin to pieces and was breathing fire through the door. And Opal got quite damaged,
Oh,
but
shit.
once again, very bravely damaged. And then we threw the door closed once more and decided, well, we probably can't go back through there. So we haven't. I don't think we've checked out. We checked out the other cabin, but we very quickly realized that Inanna wanted to head toward the mountains in the distance. And as soon as she had the thought to do so, poof, she disappeared.
No.
And we didn't know this, but she appeared at the base of the mountains, just like that.
Wow.
So the rest of us were like, what? And we started quickly to realize that our thoughts became reality. Oh no, that was one of the
Ooh.
first things. So Inanna disappeared, and then Cha was like, because there were like the leg of this dragon was trying to break through the door and come and get us. So Cha was like, I wish this cabin would just go away. And it
Oh.
vanished. The cabin just disappeared. And so
Wow.
very quickly, Cha especially was like, oh my God, we're in a great place where we can do whatever we want. So he imagined the wings that had been shown to him in that vision bursting out of his back, and suddenly he had the wings and was flying around. And we started philosophizing about what we could do. Then we started to imagine that we were with Inanna, and she tried to imagine being with us, so we suddenly were all together.
Oh,
So
good.
we're in a land where our thoughts become reality instantly. We immediately started, well, Cha especially was like, what can we do with this to help us on our journey? So he started to think of a door to the astral plane. None of us knowing within character that it was a horrible, dangerous thing to suddenly just enter the astral plane. We don't really
Oh.
know that because we haven't really studied it. I mean, the people who know the astral plane from just studying Dungeons and Dragons
Mhm.
would know that, but in character, we don't know that. So Child's like, we could just go there. So a door appeared, but we didn't go through that. We also were trying to figure out if maybe we can go to Marn or,
Wait, what made you
basically just
decide
go
not to go?
anywhere.
What made you decide not to go through the door to the
But we were
astral
just
plane?
coming up with a lot of different ideas all at once.
And
So,
as a quick Anana
Okay.
side burst, Zedrin and Anana were both like, okay, Cha, okay. Everyone is so positive here, but we should probably also think this isn't real, right? Obviously, this is more like fake stuff. So, like, how can we trust that this world that is giving us exactly what we want would actually have a tangible place, right?
right. And his retort to that was, well, we came in through a real door that reopened back into the material plane, so maybe we can make a door that goes to other planes that are real. So then that's what we
And
were trying.
additionally,
And
Anana had seen an eye up in the sky. And she was
yes,
asking other people, like, hey, y'all see something up there? And the
which
answer
I
was
don't think
no.
anybody did.
Oh.
So meanwhile, we're trying to figure out what can we do with this. So Kozik imagined the black diamond in his hands, and it
Oh,
appeared.
good call.
Right? Like,
Really?
so we were all just kind of imagining our quests completely fulfilled. Um, you know, so Cha imagined the image of his dance club, like
Oh, no
the
kidding.
amount that he's created. He hasn't fully created it, so it wasn't fully created, but it was basically like a stage with a fourth wall broken out, and within you could see this crazy sort of delightful pit of a dance club and sunken floor and blasting lights and this kind of techno music playing and a drider, which I heard Inanna explaining earlier to you,
Uh-huh.
was spinning as the DJ. And basically he's upside down. He's like hanging from the ceiling,
Oh,
and
that's funny.
he's climbing on the walls, and so that was his image. And then we started imagining. Well, Inanna started to wonder where her brother was or where her sister was, her twin.
It was my brother,
Oh.
yeah. And so
So you
we were
started
all
with
about we were
Veldrin.
deciding to go through the astral plane door because, as noted, none of our characters in character had, a decent reason to not go through the door to the astral plane,
Uh-huh.
right? But
Uh-huh.
Inanna's like,
Okay.
everyone's having their fun, being like, you know, we're about to head through. What the fuck? Let's just go. We're just gonna do it. YOLO, if
Okay.
you will. But Inanna, she's 19, young, and feeling a little bit isolated. She's like, you know what? Before I do this big journey, I'm going to actually, childishly, she wants to see what her brother's up to, that if he's okay, blah 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 blah. And then she sees in her mirror that he's actually being attacked.
Oh.
So by her sister.
Oh no.
Yeah. Her unnamed sister had tracked Veldrin down herself.
Wow.
You freak out. Because, like, oh shit, if what's in this world is real, Veldrin is clearly in danger. And knowing what happened to that little girl, obviously, right? Inanna doesn't want to leave Veldrin or other people that she's had connections to be attacked and tracked down. So the party notices what's going on, right? And that puts a stop to the party wipe instant of us walking through
Uh-huh.
to the astral plane, as Cha reaffirms like Veldrin's part of the party, or was at some point. We're gonna go track this down and make sure that he's okay. I think that's where the session ended.
Wow.
Well,
What a
it
consequential.
ended with us about to walk through a door to go help Veldrin, and then a horrifying, gigantic entity suddenly sort of
Right, from
emerged from
above,
the ground, from the mountains.
the eyes.
The eyes were in the sky, and the mountains, I think, are its body.
Mhm.
And that
Whoa.
was where we left. That was where
And
we
this
left
is
off.
right when you were about to step through the door to go to Veldrin.
Yes.
Right.
Like she's
Oh,
able to see that
geez.
he's escaping, but we're interrupted.
Wow.
And Zed didn't do anything suspicious or anything, and he was completely honest the whole time.
100%. And and Neovar
Okay.
absolutely did not notice anything about his suspicious behavior at all.
This has been happening lately with Zedrin.
He's just a private person who has private thoughts.
Yeah, all along. We respect one another's privacy.
Inside checks tell us otherwise.
Wow, that was a super consequential session.
Oh, I think another thing we did was with Zed. I think Cha asked Zed to imagine himself as he really is, like if he was a fully integrated person or something like that. And suddenly there was like an image, I think, of all these different Zeds, like multiversal Zeds in different worlds, battling
Oh,
things, being
That
heroic.
was the private moment, I think.
yeah, that was what I was referencing. So when
Right.
we were all kind of sitting around after we'd gone through the door, Cha had already wished for the cabin to disappear. So we have like this weird realization that whatever place we're in just doesn't operate like the material plane. So we started all wishing for things. Kozik wished for the black diamond. Cha got wings, um, and Inanna, that was when she kind of like traveled off, and we were like, oh shit. So we all thought, like, Cha was like, okay, everyone, all at the same time, on the count of 3, we're all gonna think, I wish that we're with Inanna. And we were like, okay, and we counted down,
Oh yeah.
and Zed was the only one in the group that didn't say it. And so everyone
Oh.
disappeared, and he stayed back, and he sit there for a second, and then he kind of closed his eyes, and he said, I wish to know who I am.
Oh, wow.
And that's when he had this image where he basically saw himself, and then there was like almost after image, or you get like 2 mirrors lined up to where it's just like an infinite line
Yes.
It's like he just started seeing hundreds upon almost thousands of just images of himself.
All the same image.
Yeah, it was all
Yeah, they
just
were
him.
different though. It wasn't just him. It was like different forms of him. Like one
Uh-huh.
had a specific sword and a specific look,
Okay.
but it was still
Okay.
Yeah, they were
definitely
like
Zed.
there was like yeah, it was I think kind of harkening back to that vision he had about the diamond potentially and all the different shards. Um
You might say
but
facets of Zedrin's identity.
Mm-hmm.
and so then Zed, after having this image, it was kind of a couple moments later, he said, I wish to be with Inanna, and he popped up, and everyone was like, where have you been? You know, and he was like, oh, I miscounted. I thought we were going on 5 and not 3.
Uh-huh.
And
Insight
everyone was just
He's
like,
check.
everyone's like,
he's
insight
not
check. And
telling
then
people.
I got a nat 20. So
Oh, wow.
Only Inanna was able to beat it, yeah.
How'd you beat
yeah,
a
that's
nat
right.
20?
Yeah.
With a nat 20, and also her natural score is higher, like her insight check is higher than his deception check, I think.
Okay, so you're very suspicious of what's going on for Zed then.
Oh, she just doesn't she likes to know people's business.
Yeah,
She's
we
nosy. But she's
Yeah.
not gonna rat him out.
we all know one another's lying to one another all the time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just sometimes we're more or less interested in the lie than at other
Right.
times.
Right. That
Except
makes
for
Dude,
sense.
Cha, he
that's
never lies to anybody.
Right.
exactly.
No, not
That's
Cha,
an
not Cha.
interesting sort of aspect though you bring that up to the, as far as the dynamic because we all have our own little quirks and like secrets, but we all trust each other enough to know that when it comes down to it, I know you're not going to keep something from me that's like going to put us all in danger, or you know what I mean, like
Right.
we're all honest enough to
Right.
where it works.
Like if it affects the others, then there's enough
It's almost
honesty.
like
But
immediate, like here's the deal, this is gonna, you know, but we keep our personal things kind of close to the vest.
right.
And it's
And there you
lots of
have it.
fun.
Wow, that sounds like a fabulous session.
Who doesn't have an inspiration?
I still don't.
I think Kozik
Uh-oh.
might be missing one. Or did he get one at the end of last session?
I did use one last time.
Oh, so did I.
I don't have one either, but I think it should go to Cha if he doesn't have one because he did the
Yeah.
bulk of the recap.
He did so much of it, and he did such a good job.
He did
Oh,
do
why,
a good
thank you.
job.
It's a team effort, but I'll take it for now. And probably use it on one of you to save me from a horrible failure.
Exactly.
Yeah, they actually
So
use.
apparently we're before some enormous entity of this reality. That's where we
Okay,
are.
and I'm there with you guys, just not talking. Okay.
I was gonna say too, I remember the session before last when we had first gotten to the cabins. Sari was very outspoken that we shouldn't be there, that we should leave it alone, we should not mess with it, we should just keep going. And
Yeah.
I just want you to know, I did bring that up in your absence just to
That's true.
be like, by the way, Sari was completely against this.
But we did wonder what you
thank you,
would have
Jed.
wished for in this place, like, or if you would have wanted to
Indeed.
wish for anything. So that was a conversation.
Yes. I would have wished to know the truth about who killed my family and my master.
Well, we can do that right now if you like.
Well, aren't we? Isn't there a monster there? And I don't.
It's I mean, it's just a retroactive thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure, that'd be awesome.
The DM has power.
It'll be
over
part of the
space and
recap.
time.
Okay,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
awesome.
So she wants that information. So let me pull this up. I have so much informations. So, what is the exact wording to the question you're presenting?
Oh God, you're gonna. Okay. I have to be very careful. Sari wants to be shown
You have to
the
say it in
truth.
character.
Okay. I want to be
Yes.
shown the truth of who killed my family and my master. I want to know who that was because it looks like it was one and then the other, and it's really confusing. So I want to know who really did it.
All right. So you present this question, and are you sort of presenting this with the party around or on your own? Did you like walk off a little bit and ask this?
I probably walked off and asked it.
Very well. So you ask this question, and as a denizen of the Feywild, the answer is presented to you through interpretive dance. No, just kidding. So this
I want to see that dance.
Yeah, right.
so this tree just kind of forms in front of you.
Okay.
It looks to be very healthy. It's just out of nowhere because right now you guys have been standing in these it's this long, pretty much vast grassland. It's kind of like field basically. So all you can see is like one cabin, rolling hills, and like green grass, and then a mountain off in the distance.
Okay.
And just out of nowhere, it's almost like a tree, like a seedling, like an acorn, like lands in the ground in front of you, embeds itself into the ground, and then you could see like roots start to sprout and grow until
Wow.
they become an intertwining vine that forms into a rough shape of a pretty almost like a redwood, and then the vines start to expand and solidify into like hardened wood. And in the crevice in front of you, like there's like a like a little, I can't think of the term for it, but like the little wart or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of splits down the middle, kind of almost opening up a little bit of a I guess the best way to put it is an opening in the tree, which presents to you this liquid, it's almost like liquid looking sheen to it, almost like water is being held in a jar and you're just seeing it from the side. And then the liquid starts to solidify and then clear. And in this image, well, in this, whatever this may be, an image of what you recognize, you know this, your master being slain, and with the added addition of the entity, drawing the sword from your master's corpse. And following such, an individual that you've seen before. You've seen this in the vision before, the person with like this mask, this almost like oaken mask, bright colored robes and feathers, very kind of red tinted, almost summery. And then what sort of cut off from the last time where the people appeared out of nowhere, they said what they said, and then the vision ended. Well, this time it continues, and you see this individual turn around and step through a very vibrant looking gateway. And once they do so, the camera just sort of zooms in on their face, and in the background the background just kind of fades away as the camera zooms in and in and in closer to this person's face. And feel free to give me a history check with advantage, as you are a denizen of the Feywild.
Okay. Let me get over there. History check with
17. As you try to figure out who this person is, the camera has zoomed in enough on their body that you can see the coloration of the summer colors, the oranges and whatnot. They shift. They become a lot more green, lively as you might consider. And at that point, they pull off the oak mask with kind of like the antlered oaken mask. And to your extreme potential dismay, you would recognize this face as it's kind of a big deal. You would kind of know this individual as Oberon, the Lord of the Beasts. He's an archfey.
wow.
Of the Sealy Court.
Oh my gosh. An archfey of the Sealy Court. Wow. Wow, my whole world has just been turned upside down. Okay. Wow.
And at that point, the sort of viewing glass or water or whatever this material is grows, darkens, turns black, and then the tree itself seals itself as if growing over this material. And within, just a few seconds, the tree begins to like dim as if like the life is being drained from it. And the leaves start to fall and fall to the ground, and it just sort of almost within seconds you see it's almost like a time-lapse video of watching like a tree wilt away and like fall apart and collapse into the ground again.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow, Cube, thanks. That was beautiful. Wow. Probably no time to share right now with friends because the looks like something else is going on, but I'm sure I'll share it at some point.
so yeah, I'd probably
Wow,
say
thanks.
they've all stepped away, so you just have to wish yourself to be regrouped.
Right.
They're all mesmerized by Chaw's dance club and horrified by the Dryder, who are typically considered evil and destructive.
And what Chaw sees them
No way! I totally made friends
fun.
with this guy in the Underdark, and he was super cool. He totally liked my idea of a dance club, and he's a magician too, so he can make music out of magic. It's pretty cool.
Fixing sound. There we go. Headset. All right.
And we were about to go through the door to help Veldrin, and then we saw these eyes in the sky, body of the mountains, big monster, right? That's where it left off.
Pretty much we left off with a draconic entity winding itself down the mountain to the party. Yes.
Okay.
Oop, let me get a right scene for you guys. There we go. I think this scene's a little more fitting. Not so misty, so let's fix that. Particle effects. Let's do. Actually, that's fine.
Well, are
So
we going through or are we staying around for this fella?
Um, well, considering our history with dragons the past, I don't know, hour, how long have we been in this place for? I might suggest, running, but on the other hand, she gestures to little one. We've had some positive interactions.
Why don't we just talk to this guy or girl or whatever it is?
Right, but wasn't that a dragon that just destroyed the cabin where we came from?
Some dragons are, hostile, we might say.
It might have been protecting the gateway.
So might this one be.
I mean, we're here now. We can imagine to be the same size as this creature if we want. Just talk to it. Hello.
you see
We still
the
have
reptilian head. I mean, it's been looking at you the whole time, and it's sort of been making its way down the mountain. Greetings.
Got a really cool hangout pad here, Mr. Mrs.
sir.
Sir slash Madam. Um, are you a dragon?
Yes, I assume that would be very apparent.
Eberron preserve us. Ugh.
We're honored to be in your land. We're sorry we were very nosy, and we decided to come through those cabins.
You
We were just
found the
very curious.
doorways.
It
Right,
was
we
it was
did.
Zed. Good job, Zed. You did it, buddy. Curiosity helps the cat.
Yes, he helps the cat. I see. Well, you are welcome here, regardless.
Well,
Really? Oh, that's good. We thought you were going to kill us.
If I wanted to, I could. I could have the moment you stepped through there. But I see no need for paltry carnage.
That's right, that's us, just poultry.
If you wish to be,
No way, we are a great band of adventurers. Unmatched,
Or a band of adventurers, anyway.
with a great destiny before us. Speaking of which, we were imagining like doorways to different worlds. Were those real, or is it more complicated than that? We realize we can think things up here. It becomes real-ish.
they are as real
Uh,
as they could be within this realm.
What does that mean within this realm?
The boundaries end at those doorways you step through.
Will we find what we're looking when we look through the door? We see a certain scene or situation when we step through the door. Is that where we'll be, or does something else happen?
You will be there within this realm.
Ah.
Ah.
What about that doorway that brought us here? Is that different?
That is to a place I cannot access.
Huh.
Interesting. So it's
Who
all
built those?
real within this world, but not really the other worlds they're representing. That's not what we're interacting with, is what you're saying.
This here is my domain. Only I have dominion over it.
Hey, Cha looks over at Zed and kind of signs to him. It's like, in Thieves' Cant, he's like, could this be the realm that Little One helped open by awakening the cursed dragon that was in the
Oh.
ice?
What was that called?
What was it? It was a specific name.
It's called Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Irie.
And Cha's just gonna ask. He doesn't want to say it out loud in case it's information we shouldn't share at this point.
So how's he asking it?
With just their Thieves' Cant sign language.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that was just between Cha and Zed. Can I do a check, either like a insight or perception, maybe insight, I guess, to be more applicable, for Little One, to see if Little One's
Ah.
frightened or comfortable?
Yep, that would be insight.
He was sneezing too before that dragon showed up on the other
Oh, dear.
plane.
Yep, it started getting cold in those cabins,
Hmm.
and then he sneezed. Yeah, I
And
got a
on that
6.
insight, you also sneeze.
Oh.
Just out of nowhere.
Yep.
Sorry.
Rufaka.
What's that? What's that mean?
Oh, sorry. It's basically means, may you not enter into any contracts that relinquish your soul and bind you to a devil for the rest of eternity, etc., etc. It's just a
Uh-huh.
polite thing to say when
Kind of
someone
like Gesundheit,
sneezes.
yeah.
Gesundheit.
Did you just sneeze as well? Sorry, are we all just sneezing?
No, you sneezed, and
No,
then
it's
a
just
person who
you,
hears you sneeze says "Rufaka"
Ro-
Oh,
as a
you
way
did it again
to
there. Yeah, we got
right.
a sneezing problem.
No. And then Child's like, Zed.
Sorry.
Well, if these doors, if the realities in the door are only real in this place, then Inanno's brother is not in trouble, nor will one of these doors take us to the astral realm. We've got to get out of here into a real place so we can continue what we're doing.
Well, sure, but let's talk to our buddy here. By the way, we are the Fell Company. Do you have a name, Great Draconic One?
The name is right here.
Maybe he's
You
offended.
can
We
call
asked his
me.
name. Oh,
Where is it? Make sure gotta make sure I'm getting it right. His name is.
Yes.
Okay, I have to double check something. My name. You can call me Theron.
Saren. Saren.
It'll
It's
make
a
sense.
pleasure
We'll
to
have to be
meet you,
very
Saren.
specific. Likewise, Phil Company.
Do you know of any other draconic creatures?
Several. Why do
you
you ask?
recognize?
Oh,
Well, do you maybe recognize little one here on my shoulder?
I have not seen this before.
Great,
Um,
great Saren. We've heard of a realm of dragons called Kyrie. We read about it. Um, is this it? Are you the ruler of Kyrie?
This is not the land you speak of. Yeah, he wouldn't know.
Zed's gonna sign to do the thieves' can't sort of sign to Cha. Be like, "Hey mate, should we mention Sarissa possibly, or that Grand Mist Dragon? Maybe that we freed it, or that maybe we didn't free it, but it is now free."
Well, that's
And
some
Cha will,
complicated signing.
Cha, yeah, Cha will
It's gonna
sign
look
back.
it's gonna look pretty goofy.
We're gonna basically look like a couple of tweakers, like picking at our skin
Yeah,
and
I
right.
was
doing
gonna say,
weird
yeah.
flashes of our eye contact and like twitching our feet and moving like Chaw's tail is twitching, all that. Yeah, we look like a couple of twacked out weirdos. But Chaw's gonna meth sign back to Zed.
I was gonna say, I don't think we realize how conspicuous our
How
sign language
weird it
looks.
is.
We always do it in like these moments where we're trying to be like super sneaky. Ah, that's so good. Anyway,
Our meth thieves can't. But he's gonna basically sign back. Yeah, I think maybe we would have been annihilated by this massive, powerful dragon if it wanted, and maybe it could be our ally. Um, However, it might be upset if it knows that the land of Kyrie is accessible again after so long. We don't know, so we could test the waters. If you want me to, I'll ask.
yeah, maybe we start with Sarissa because she was
Okay,
also aware of it.
so Cha stops twitching and is like, "Great, Saren. Um,
Oddly, oddly, as soon as Cha stops twitching, Zed also stops twitching for whatever reason.
I love that it's super conspicuous now. We've always thought Amanda was so stealthy. Now
Literally,
it's
I
just
just
totally
yeah, this is the first
obvious.
time you've ever thought it's like, oh wait, we're not getting away with this.
We've been watching you guys
Should
Thanks to
forever.
everyone can
Saudi
see what we're
saying,
doing?
thanks to Saudi saying, like, that's some complicated sign language.
I picture
That did
Sari
it.
saying that out loud, and both of us are just like maybe slightly blushing now. We're just kind of like,
What sign language? Uh, so Cha stops picking at his skin and, rocking back and forth with bug eyes twitching left and right, and is like, "Great Seren, have you heard of a draconic being such as yourself in the Feywild named Sarissa?"
It shakes his head.
Oh, well,
Do you know of the
we
Feywild?
I know of it, yes.
well
All right,
we
just wondering.
sure we had a particular adventure there where we, with the help of my friends here, uh, and with Sarissa as well as Little One, our little draconic friend here, we helped release a massive mist dragon from an imprisonment, and apparently this dragon was the gatekeeper to the realm of Kyrie. Do you know of this dragon? And would you like to know that the doorway to Kyrie has been reestablished, or is in the process of being reestablished?
I know not of any of this, aside from what you have informed me of.
Oh, so you've never heard of the Mist Dragon either? But you know of Kyrie.
I know of many types of draconic entities. I have
Ah,
met many. I have fought many. I have made deals with many. I have killed many.
uh-huh. Okay. Oh, we're glad we could share some updates on the Draconic Kingdom for you. Um, now that we're in your land, are you okay here? You're not imprisoned here, are you? We're pretty good at breaking out draconic entities from imprisonment. If you need any help here, we will gladly assist. You have been most generous in not vaporizing us.
So he presented that, which takes me to this point in my notes. Okay. Triggered that event. One might say this is a prison, yes.
Aha.
Self-inflicted.
Oh, fascinating.
What's the deal of this prison then, sir?
Self-inflicted.
Freedom. Freedom.
This place gives you freedom?
Freedom from life, death, betrayal. Freedom from
Ah.
pain. Freedom from discomfort. Freedom. And yet, it is still its own isolated incident.
So you had a bad girlfriend before, right? It was like a really hard breakup. So,
Cha, Rafiki.
well, I mean, that's what it sounded like. I was exactly like that after my first breakup.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mr.
I'm
Rafiki.
so sorry, sir.
Also, you put yourself in self-isolation and like this sort of a thing. After a bad breakup, boy,
Oh, totally. Yeah, just isolated,
you are
eating a
making
lot,
such a poor case for me to ever
depressed.
get into a romantic relationship.
Oh, no, no, it's so satisfying. The pain. And let me tell
Oh,
you, the
Joe.
poetry. You could come up with some poetry when you're heartbroken. That
Oh,
is just like cosmic.
I'm so aware of the Fury's blessings towards
Uh,
the
by by the way, Saren, speaking of vaporizing, would you happen to know what might have almost turned our friend Opal here into charcoal?
Blinks for a moment. Yes.
Oh, you knew that dragon.
I am well aware of its existence.
Oh, it?
Was it protecting your gateway? Or
You might say that.
ah,
Is it just mad at us?
It is mad at everything. Anything and everything. For a reason no different than perpetual fickle rage.
So it's not really something that we can be like, hey, Saren said it's cool if we were around.
It tilts its head to the side. I would be surprised if you could earn its favor.
I think we should all create a men's group and talk about our bad breakups that generated this
Well, you
rage and
boys do that.
isolation. Yeah.
Hey, it sounds like you might need to because you're still on about it.
I think I just miss Sarah.
Did she break up with her?
Well, you know how it is. I'm like, well, I'm probably going to be on a different plane of existence tomorrow. I hope I see you again. I really want to, but we were leaving ourselves options basically. She understood.
I'm not really sure Tiffany had the same understanding. She said if I die, she'll kill me.
Oh, oh. Uh, Sarah didn't say that. She didn't want me to die. She hopes I come back. She's just pretty zen, I guess.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong.
Meanwhile,
I want to go back and see her again. I just didn't want her to suffer waiting for me if I end up dead in another plane of existence.
speaking of suffering waiting for us, again, Sarah, not to take up too much of your time.
Yeah.
Do you do you know how we can get out of here? I just picture this world dragon just sitting here, just being like, mm-hmm,
Listen to us talk about our
breakups.
relationships.
The door in which you entered is the door in which you exit.
Ah, I
Ooh, that's
was
not
afraid
good.
you were going to say that.
Yeah, your friend's on the other side of that one. And it's also gone.
Is it now?
Well, just the cabin. We could probably just wish it back into existence.
From last I heard, there were 2 cabins.
Yes, two. Oh, right. Yeah. Both of them have doors?
Correct. A cabin without a door would simply be a closed box.
Huh. Never thought of it that way.
He is right.
Right.
Yep, that is correct.
Well, great, Saren. It is an honor meeting you. Is there any kind of a message you'd like us to give to anyone on the outside of your isolation chamber? Or anything you want to know about that's been going on? Or at least, from what we know?
Time has no meaning here. By all
Wow. So
means.
great. Okay. Cha will share like all kinds of information about like Gravel, the entity in the sky, the holes in reality with the horrifying chaos quadruped coming through in different realms. Talk about like the drama between the courts and the Feywild. He'll talk about Sarah and how cute and sweet she is. Um,
So that sounds like a
to
long
talk
list of
about.
things. What's everybody else doing?
I was gonna say this is just gonna be Shaw's monologue.
Time has no meaning. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, we've heard Cha go through these kinds of things before, so we're, trying not to roll our eyes and just stand politely and just listen to Cha do his thing.
Yeah.
Mentally, Neavara is like trying to put the 2 and 2 together. Like, okay, so like, does this place like have time? Because she was definitely watching time pass progressively. It does the stuff that like witnessed in visions, like the mirror of her brother being attacked. Like, was that real? Yada 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 yada.
Oh, feel free to chime in. That's a great question. Were those visions real? Or were they
Right? 'Cause
wishful thinking or
he already
fear
said it's
or
only
whatever?
real in this reality. That's what he said.
Okay, Mr. Sir, sorry to interrupt your wonderful list of histories here. Mr. Rafiki.
Oh, for sure. Go ahead.
If I saw something, like I asked for a vision, like obviously it's true in this reality, like Chaw's wings are probably going to disappear as soon as we step out of this gate. But
Hmm.
I just wanted to look at my brother and I saw something in that mirror that I distinctly don't like. How real would that vision be? Is it something that could come? Something that has passed? Like, is it my fear that I'm just seeing reflected back at me?
It would be all of the above, and one might say logical calculations of what's to come.
Oh,
Hmm. It is a logical
logical
calculation that
calculation
she
of
would,
what's to come.
if she's trying to hunt me down, because I did, I would say I did a very good convincing vanishing act back there. Tracking down Veldrin would actually be a very smart way to do it. I'm concerned.
So
I
now we
want
know the doorway to Veldrin. It wouldn't work here. So, is there anything else we could do to warn him or help him? Anything? I mean, he's already been attacked. Maybe he's already been attacked, but
or maybe he will be attacked.
right.
Right.
Or maybe I can just go face her, I guess. That'd be funny.
Where is Veldrin?
He stayed back in Grinstall, and he said he was going to continue traveling. He said he didn't want
Oh,
me to be with him.
why did he
Uh,
say that? I mean, if you care to share.
well, he's going on a mission for Lolth, and I couldn't be with
Right.
that. And besides, he's trying to think about how to redefine what drow are. Obviously, he's not a traditional drow by any mean. And, well, I remind him of a lot of home. I'm a pretty strong tie to it. I helped get him out, but he needed some time to be by himself, and I guess I'm not really his sister anyway.
That's not true.
Regardless, point being, and she like physically focuses her energy. We could. I did say that I wanted to track her down. She did kill an innocent 10-year-old girl, one who had very little ways of fighting back.
So if we find Veldrin, we might find your sister.
Or if I just reappear, she might come to me. I know that she's hunting me. I could try to hunt her.
Okay, when
I've
you
been
talk about
running.
your sister, out of character, when you talk about your sister, are you talking about the one who took your place?
The one that
And
I took the place of, yeah.
that you took the place of. Okay, so not really your sister, but yes, okay. That's
Yeah,
what I
she's
thought. Just making
physic
sure.
she's got all of Neovar's features.
Right.
She will look exactly like Neovara herself.
Right.
Except she's a drow and probably evil. 'Cause she was probably raised by the Unseelie, who knows? That's
Hmm,
Or the
Neovara's.
Sealy, you never know these days.
Ooh, spooky.
right. Or by Lady Miriam.
Oh shit, Neovara
Blammo!
was right all along.
Well, if things we see in this place are not real, or could be real, or might be real in the future, then when I ask a question to get some insight about about who killed my family, what I saw is just as up in the air as what I saw before. So that's not helpful, but I'm glad I know.
What did you see?
Well, I saw a little farther into the vision that I got before, and I saw that person that killed my master take his mask off, a great antlered oaken mask, and it was Oberon from the Sealy Court.
Oberon.
Miavar is
Would
gonna do
we
a
would
quick
we
history
know
check.
that? Yeah, ditto. I would say that
Well, you
with
guys had
religious studies, that would be
been there
pretty
for a
normal.
while, right?
He had
Not long
not,
enough to hear that name,
and
Okay.
furthermore, even
but
if
I
we
would
had
say
been
if
there, we probably
yeah,
don't know what it means. And I don't
I would
remember
say it's
Well, I did say a member of the
oh
Sealy
fuck.
Court, so that tells you because you know that I'm
something.
Well, Oberon would be an archfey, so that would be like a massive figure that we would have heard about had we studied the Fae, but it seems like neither of us have,
Nope.
especially Cha.
Uh,
In
who
fact,
the
Cha
fuck's
has a mental
Oberon?
block against things having to do with the Feywild.
Yeah, no, you can't seem to recall. You don't know what that name represents. It has never come up until now.
Not to be insensitive, because I understand that this is a huge revelation, and I feel so sorry for. Sorry, I truly. Sometimes some secrets are better left unknown. I know this very well. But who the fuck's Oberon?
Oberon is well, he's the consort of the summer queen of the queen of the Sealy Court.
He's
He's
like the
in
fucking king regent.
uh yeah, I guess you could put it that way. He's
What? Your
the
master was killed by the master of the Sealy Court?
okay, well, but no, not the master. The queen is the master, but he's her
He's married to the
consort.
queen.
He's her consort, not the king consort is different than the king. But I just want to say that I don't know now if that's true because our friend here just said that what we see here may or may not be true and may or may not be about the future or the past or whatever. So it's just as confusing now.
It's
Well,
just
I
still,
so.
that's good direction.
What if
Did,
we tried to test that theory? I'm not sure if my idea would really prove to solve much, but what if we ask to see something that we know already and see if it's different? You follow my drift? I'm not sure again.
Yeah.
Right, but however we imagine it, that's what we're going to see.
Well,
Oh,
yeah. I'm just wondering if it's filling in blanks more or less. Because you were
Right,
asking about something that you were unaware of,
right.
okay, let's try it.
but you did see something similar prior, did you not?
Well, I did, but I hadn't seen it all the way. It kind of went a little longer than the vision I had before. You know, it just went longer into it so that I saw him take his
Aye.
mask off. So yeah, I hadn't seen that before. But I asked to see who was it that killed my master and my family. So I
well,
asked,
if it's like just basing off like theories and like what we know, I don't know Oberon, right? I would be concerned, like, oh shit, what if I killed him? Ha ha ha. Wouldn't that be funny? That's like just a weird, spontaneous thought that would appear in my mind, right? Or like, I open the mirror and I find out that it's someone I might recognize, right?
yeah,
If it's like fears or like things that we think about, if I asked who killed Sari's master and I see my face in the mirror, then we know that it's just based off what we're thinking about. If
right.
Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe
Aye,
one
that's
of us
fair.
could
Yeah, yeah.
think of something about one of the other people in the
I think
party
that's perfect.
that
Why don't you ask
they
that one?
know, they know, but we don't. Like something that they might know, but that we don't. So they can tell us if what we're seeing is what's really happening. So, what is something that we've heard from one another, but we don't really know all the details, but you do?
Honestly, I'd be interested if one of you all could tell me what the Ashen Wake looked like.
Oh,
Well,
that's
Valid.
a good one.
unfortunately, I actually saw it in a vision that we shared, so I know what
Well,
it
there's
looks like.
somebody else.
But I
Somebody else.
didn't. Nevar takes out her scrying mirror. And you guys have all seen this mirror before. It's been broken before, but it's now like clear. It's like it's never been hurt before. And she brings her knife down on it and she's like, "Show me the Ashen Wake." And she presses the knife down into the mirror to crack it.
As the mirror cracks, it's almost like the shards of glass, like the breaks in the glass, become ripples in water. And I'd say, like, how big is this mirror? Just a hand mirror, basically.
A hand mirror, yeah, it's about the size of her face.
Okay, so like probably in the biggest break of it, there's a vessel that looks like very much, yes, a seafaring vessel. I don't think Goose ever gave me the exact details of what it looks like, so we're just gonna hand wave a little bit and be like, yeah, that's the description of the Ashen Wake is in that mirror.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Can you show me where Captain Thatcher is? And she like presses the mirror to like look at the towards where she expects the captain's quarters to be, like behind the doors.
Where he is. So yes, where he is. So the
I was gonna say,
glass
that could be heavy.
shards combine once again and seal as if unbroken. And the scene shifts from the seafaring oceanic vessel to one floating amongst the stars. And you see, at the helm of the ship, an individual. He looks very skinny, very underfed, but he very much seems to be helming a vessel in the astral sea.
Not the Ashen Wake, though.
She said she wanted to see the captain.
Right.
Oh. And then she calls over Zedrin and she's like, "Hey, Zed, is that your captain?"
Zed.
Silence. I assume he's just doing something.
Pregnant pause.
Damn, should I use protection?
Sorry, I had to step away. So Cubed, do I recognize the captain? Well, first of all,
It was
what do
the
I
Ashen
see
Wake.
when I look in the mirror, I guess? Do I see what she's seeing?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And do I recognize the captain?
As he was the last time you saw him when he was barking orders in that pedestal crystal thing.
You just see Zed doesn't really say anything for a sec, but you see just a really big like ear to ear sort of grin. His eyes are kind of squinted a little bit. I mean, his is just like you can just feel that sense he's just kind of like overtaken with joy just seeing his captain. And a moment kind of passes and he, oh yeah, that's Captain Thatcher.
So he's alive. And in the astral, it looks like.
Well, alive sound is relative.
Eh.
So that's actually so you asked about something you do not know about, and you saw the real thing.
It looks like it. Ooh. And then
Whoa.
she's like, "Show me who killed Sari's parents."
Ooh.
Right, because I didn't describe the clothes they were wearing or anything,
Yeah, you just
except
said
for
the
the
name.
mask.
Yep, if Neovara sees the exact same image, there'll be like, some
Yeah, you can show
confirmation.
Sari.
Neovara would see as you ask this
Oh, but
question.
parents, you asked parents, not my master.
Oh shit, yeah.
I mean, which one were you asking for?
She asked parents. I'll
And
stick with
Sorry
my
doesn't
mistake.
know that though. Sorry doesn't know, didn't see that though. Who killed her parents?
I thought her parents was her master. Am I misreading what you told me?
Just
She
say
did.
master. She's asking about my
Master, I
master.
suppose.
Okay. Um. So the scene shifts as if this seafaring space vessel like zooms off the mirror, almost like maybe the mirror was sort of like following it, and the mirror stops but the ship keeps going, and then the scene shifts. It's almost like a screen wipe, like in a Star Wars movie, where it's just like from right to left kind of thing.
Mhm.
And the background takes on a far more vibrant coloration. There are weeds, there are plants, there are trees in the background. And then the camera just kind of zooms out and then zooms in to some kind of building, but it happens so quickly. It's like a blur. It's like a less than the blink of an eye. And you see several figures, all of which seem to be in bright summer, oranges and reds, very colorful, bright garb. And they're meandering about, having conversations amongst themselves. And then the camera continues to zoom in into some kind of a throne room of sorts. And inside there are several guards with halberds and what look like armors made out of leaves and branches and twigs. And then the camera continues to zoom past like almost a legion worth of individuals to a much smaller room where there's only a couple of these individuals, but they look far more disciplined, far more sturdy, and they're just standing guard in the throne room that upon the throne sits an individual best described as some kind of fae, and they hold a presence that is like none other, almost oppressively so, but they sit relaxed in this chair. But you don't hear words, you don't hear conversations, just this individual sitting atop a throne of weed, of branches, of leaves.
My Archfey.
Can I see what you see in your mirror?
Yeah, he already said you can see it.
Well,
I think
no,
she's
she
asking
was looking.
sorry.
Oh,
Or I think sorry's asking Inanna.
I was asking Inanna if I could see in her mirror what she sees.
Well, Inanna would show her, slide it over quietly.
Oh God, that's him. That's Oberon.
Oh shit. So there's some truth to these visions. That's really unfortunate. I did see Veldrin get
Right.
away. So that's good. That's good.
Oh,
That's good.
that's
That's good.
good. That's good. You saw him get away.
But that means that there's some truth
But
to
he
these
did say
visions.
something. He did say something about it could be in the future, or so we don't know. Like, I mean, I know this happened in the past, and so it doesn't matter when it is. But our friend here did say something that you might be seeing something that could be in the future. So maybe this hasn't happened to your brother yet.
So I guess, and then she actually is like, Zedrin, you obviously have met my brother. You have a preconceived idea about what he might be. What he might be up to. You could ask this realm, I guess, what he's up to. Like, I asked for this realm to show me what he was doing, how he was. So I guess like you, Char, or Kozik could ask on my behalf, because again, I'll
But
admit
you already told them though, right? What you saw.
I told them to what I saw, yeah, but like maybe they have a different idea of it.
Oh, to actually what it looks like. Okay.
Yeah, well, not just that, but they might just see him at a library or something.
Well,
Like
Okay, I'll do it.
I got. Hold
Where
on.
is Zedrin?
Hold on. Where's
Zedrin.
who?
Oh, not Zedrin. Sorry. Where is
I was gonna
Veldrin
say.
right now?
Hold on. So wait. Oh.
I heard. Hold on.
Yeah. What? What's up?
I was gonna suggest. We all know Veldrin, but Sari's
Oh,
never met Veldrin.
Well,
that's
that's
Right.
true.
true.
And
Yeah,
you
There you go.
hadn't
said
seen
it.
my vision of him,
I did not.
nor did you see the clothes that my twin's wearing. So you
No,
know
I
what?
did not.
Go for it.
All right. So I'm asking if this place can show me uh how Inono's brother, well, Niavara's
Veldrin,
brother is
Nevo.
Veldrin, how Veldrin is, and where he might be, and how he is right now. How is he doing, and where is he? And what's he look like, and can I see?
The mirror shifts. The plants, the image of Oberon wilts away once again, almost like a time lapse image. And another image, well, best you could see is image. It just becomes darkness. And then the darkness illuminates a little bit, almost like night vision goggles being turned on. And you see Veldrin sitting next to a tiny little statue of some half spider, half drow, elven looking individual, legs crossed, reading a book.
Oh,
With his reading glasses on.
Ve-
I forgot he had the reading glasses.
well, Niavara, is this Veldrin?
That's him. Oh.
Looks like he's doing all right though right now.
Does Neovar recognize this place as being literally the Underdark, though?
It is indeed the Underdark.
Why would he be back
Hmm.
there, though? So I guess it could be the past as well. Because he spends a lot of time down there reading.
Well, maybe you can ask if the vision you saw is when is it happening? Is it future or present or past? I
I
mean,
think he
maybe we
said
can
that he
get more
couldn't control
specific.
it.
Oh, all right.
Said time didn't exist here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I want to ask the mirror. What does Kozik's parents look like?
You realize the mirror is just my scrying device that I'm using.
I mean, Shaw doesn't know that. He's like, magic mirror, please share with me the form of Kozik, his family.
I'll have Kozik describe to you what his parents look like, because he's never told me.
Oh, you guys have all told Cubed what your parents look like? Okay, cool.
What do you mean you haven't?
you?
What your character's parents look
You didn't
like.
need to because you're the only one of us who doesn't have problems with our parental figures in this game.
Well, so what's the deal here? Is this genuine or what?
It sounds like
That's a
the things we've
question.
been looking for have been actually genuine. So it sounds like whatever they actually look like is what you would describe to us.
The real deal.
Charles
Right,
never
then I
heard you
guess
describe them or seen them, so yeah.
there's a kind of a dwarven looking person, and there's a lantern. There's kind of a lantern on a table, and sort of a dark haired dwarf is furrowing his brow, and he has kind of little glasses on, maybe a quill pen, and is looking over some things, maybe a ledger, writing things down in it, looking pensive and concerned. And then there's this very handsome dwarven woman who's looking through books and stuff at a standing sort of side table beside him, and they're kind of conversing quietly. And then I'm kind of looking at this scene and like, oh, that's them. That's just as they were in their study.
Hmm.
Oh, it's all so
Amazing.
true, so terribly true.
Very spooky.
Wow. And Cha's gonna shoot a very mischievous look at Zed and smile and say to the mirror, "Now show me Zed's parents."
All right. No traumatizing Zedrin.
Giving parameters for this cry.
It's my mirror. I suppose.
So you asked that before? Are you pulling the mirror away?
No, she's not. But she's like, Zedrin, do you actually want him to ask that question?
He's overcome
In the
with emotion and he
Yeah,
nods
Zed's
viciously.
Zed's probably just standing there, and I think he's
Didn't-
literally like at a loss for words. I don't think he knows what to say.
Zed, if this thing's for real, none of
Well,
us
like,
have
it
ever
could-
seen your parents, and you haven't either. But whatever it shows us, it might actually be them.
Yes, but
Are
like
you ready for
again,
this?
the shadow's wisdom is that some things are better left unknown.
Hey, this might help him to reconfigure himself. He's a
How would
fractured
it?
soul, remember?
He could see a bunch of like a grave, and he would know that maybe they left him for no reason, or he could see that they're prospering with other children, and he would feel horrible about himself. Some things are best left unknown because once you have the knowledge of it, you are forever changed.
Just like your sister.
Yes. I, for
So
example, could ask the mirror, hey, show me the moment I was swapped. And it would forever haunt me, probably.
you don't want to know that? Come on!
Again, the shadow's wisdom. Which is that, yeah, there might be things that you want to know, but like, what are you willing to do? And like, what will you do once you know them?
Well, that's fine philosophically. Zed, do you want to see your parents or not?
His dad is Captain Thatcher. Who gives a fuck to the rest if he doesn't want
Are
to know?
you answering questions for Zed?
I am answering on account of the fact that I know what it's like to be conflicted about wanting to know something and also not wanting to know something.
Very good. Now, how about you, Zed?
She's trying here, Zedrin.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He's gonna be still for a moment. He's gonna glance up to little one on his shoulder and just be like, you don't know your parents either, right?
He shakes his head.
But you feel like you still have a family?
He nods.
Well, I guess that's good enough for me. I'm already with family.
Aww. See,
It's true,
Cha?
Zed. You are with family. You didn't prove anything to me. I still want to know who his parents are. But I won't look if you don't want me to.
I would say you can ask it whatever you like, Chaw. But I just might not care to know.
Hey, that's fine.
Extremely important decision to make.
It totally is. So Cha's gonna grab the mirror and be like, "Show me Zed's parents." And he's gonna hold it up so that nobody else can see, because he wants to honor everybody's decision to not know,
While still
but he
prying.
wants to see them.
I don't want you to
He
know
was
that I know. But you
He
know
was
I'm
given
gonna know.
permission.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the
I'd
most
like.
thoughtful thing
I
I've
think
ever
I
heard.
think he wants I think he wants to he wants to know for multiple reasons. One of them being if Zed's parents are horrible bad guys and we spot them or come upon them, or if they're behind everything that's happened to him or anything like that, because Cha knows that parents can be really bad,
It
and he
would
wants
be
to be able to recognize them.
fascinating to just see Cha's reaction.
Yeah, and I think Cha as to not rub it in because he understands his friend just made a very powerful and symbolic decision. I think he'll try to control his facial expressions and even turn away. He'll turn away so that nobody can see it.
So, the image of Veldrin fades to darkness, like a curtain being drawn over a stage. And then a shift. A bright and sunny little village. Town of what seems to be humans. Just going about their average everyday village life. And in the image, you see a long black haired woman, human, and, much shorter, dark haired man. And then the image shifts. And it's the same village, but instead of humans, it's elves.
Ooh.
And then the image shifts. Instead of elves,
Yes.
it's drow. And then the
I
image
see.
shifts. And it shifts. And it shifts.
Wow.
And it shifts.
Oh, fascinating.
Until the final
And then
image,
yeah.
where there's no village, there's no denizens, there's no people. It is just endless darkness sprinkled with the heavenly stars all around.
Whoa.
Goodness.
And in all of those images, the village was kind of similar. The parents were living kind of a normal life. They seemed like they were just normal people, or were they tormented in some, or
Mm.
wealthier in others, or they all just kind of basically seemed in that range of sort of village people who were living a normal life together?
Yep.
Okay, got it. And Cha will wipe a tear away from his eye and compose himself, and then take a deep breath and turn around and stoically hand the mirror back to Nivara.
Well put, Cha. Guard that knowledge, whatever it was.
You know I will.
And she looks down at it, at her mirror, and she fingers it. And she's conflicted because, like, obviously, she now knows that it tells the truth. But again, there are some things that are better left unknown.
Oh,
Opal, you need anything? Oh wait, is
that
Opal
was
here?
in, that
Opal
was
is not here.
intense though.
Oh, sorry.
It's
never mind.
intense because now Zed knows that Shaw has seen something.
I
Yep.
will say too, OOC. I just got back. I stepped away, so I didn't hear any of the explanation. I wanted to keep that. I wanted to keep that
Yes.
intact, so I'm glad I timed it right. I just got back.
Good
Oh,
work.
good timing.
Beautiful.
But Zed does know that
That
Shaw
Shaw
had seen
knows.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a little uncomfortable.
Well, we all know things about each other that other people don't know.
A little bit. I feel
Not
like
the person themselves, though.
yeah. I think it's I think between Cha and Zed, there's almost an odd comfortability. Like
Oh, yeah.
Zed might not know, but almost knowing that Cha knows, it's almost oddly like enough for him. Because he doesn't want to know. He's not sure if he wants to know,
Yeah.
but he
Right.
knows that someone has that answer. So I guess that's comforting, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of
absolutely.
it all, Cha definitely asked to ultimately be able to benefit Zed in some way, even if it never comes out. Did it? It was a loving act. Totally
Yeah.
understanding Niavara's, heady and theoretical ideas about why you shouldn't do it.
Hey,
Gets
Zed,
that, but he knew at an emotional level.
you mind
this was
muting for a
important.
second? Because there's one more detail I gotta tell him.
Okay, I'll go away.
Ooh.
Don't worry, it's only like a second. Captain Thatcher was amongst those because Zed considered him to be father figure.
Oh, so I see Captain Thatcher.
As well in the flashing of images.
Got it. Perfect. Got it.
There we go. He's good now.
I just realized I probably shouldn't have done that because I'm streaming, and now no one on stream even heard that.
Oh no!
Oops.
They'll have to go to the
Please.
YouTube, huh? The YouTube one
Well,
would
Cube,
be
yeah,
muted.
this is another reason. Go check out Cube stream.
Go check
Find out all the
Thanks.
secrets.
Find out everyone's secrets. You know what? Turnabout should be fair play, Chad, don't you think? We also don't know what your mother looks like.
I was going to suggest you look at my parents. I'm 100% open to it. In fact, I want you all to know what they look like in case they try to fucking kill all of us.
See, it's been my
Child's
little
like, I want you to know what they look like in case you ever see them.
Yes.
it's been a running theory that your father is somewhat responsible for things that happened.
Good thing I
And your
have
mother.
for her set up.
Hmm?
It's just not in the server, but I have
What?
it. I'll have to
Running
Discord it to
theory
him.
between who?
Me. I of course have theories about all of you kids.
A running theory between
This-
Niavara
this
and
tracks.
herself.
This tracks.
Okay.
I want you to know that in an early session, I clearly stated that Niavara has a little book that contains like all the notes that she writes down about things,
Oh yeah.
including people. Niavara has like detailed notes about you people.
Oh, nice.
Glad to know
I mean-
they're all written down.
Oh yeah.
Cha's like,
That's for
well,
anybody to find.
that's a valid theory. I mean,
Well, specifically,
they
you
are-
rarely bring him up. You bring up your mother in far more positive aspects. No doubt, still negative at times, but you never bring him up.
well, Cha like he blushes which you've very rarely ever seen him do, and the blush is actually bluish, not red, it's blue. And he's like, he kind of does the little boy sort of rubbing his calf with his foot thing. It's like, "Well, I'm a mama's boy."
I knew it. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I should say that your father was behind some of the training that made you more along the lines of me. You know, an
Oh, right.
assassin, a torturer.
Oh, I see. Well, Cha thinks about that for a second. He's like, "Ah, okay. So technically, all of my training comes from the Shadow Reapers, the group I was connected to. That's where I learned about how to access the key. That's where I learned many of my skills. Um, but you're also correct. But what they taught me was so horrifying that I very rarely use it or try to, you know what I mean? Like, it
Mhm.
was bad shit. I don't like to torture people. That's not my bag.
Oh no, you're
They
very
didn't they
innocent.
didn't teach me they didn't teach me how to assassinate. That I learned from my from my group of Shadow Reapers.
Mm.
But you're right. They did teach me to torture, but they were training me in certain ways.
Hmm.
But just go ahead, look. I'm an open book, you guys. Like, except for the things I can't tell you because I don't want you to be killed because of it.
As in, I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
No, I'd tell you, but then someone else would kill you to get the information.
No, I know. I was joking.
You want me to kill you?
I think it'd be
No,
funny
it's
at
all
least
right.
once.
You know what, you guys? Bring this up to me someday when my dance club is complete because it is an aspect of how my club runs.
Killing people?
And Cha rubs his hands together very sinisterly. You'll love it, trust me.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
I see. And I'll add notes to my running theories about you as well. Um, no, I won't look. Now that you've said you want us to look. Ugh, this takes
Oh
all the
my
fun of
god.
it.
Cha just
Listen,
says, "Show everyone my parents" to the mirror, and he holds it up.
Image, copy, put it right there. I already had it prepped. So I have your image of your mother. Gotta find the father one.
Biography description.
Yeah, see,
Let's
Kozik,
see here again.
Shaw didn't just describe his parents, he's got full on images.
I did describe where we live, where I grew
Holy
up, and
shit,
what
that's
they
your
look
mom?
like. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? I didn't see it. Oh,
Succubus indeed.
yep,
Golly.
that's mom on
Nivara
the.
audibly does a little wolf whistle.
That's what she looked like when she'd go to church
This
on
is
Sundays.
TOS chat. I can't. Everyone's like, show mom. Sorry.
Yeah, Zedrin, show mom, show the milf.
She is the
Holy.
ultimate sylph. She's the succubus that you'd like to.
The succubus that you would honestly like to have some serious cuddles.
Defined.
Cha like is looking at the image and he's got a sort of a wistful kind of like, oh ma, but he also has sort of a horrified, disturbed, and embarrassed look as well as like, oh, that's my mother. So he's like, it's a conflicted look as he shows all of you. He kind of closes his eyes and just shows the mirror around.
She looks a lot nicer than I thought she'd look.
It's front. It's totally a front.
I mean, all your skin is completely white with
Mhm.
black hair.
Right?
I didn't expect a red-headed, peach-colored devil.
She's a succubus.
Hmm.
But there are lots of different
Some
stuff.
genetic variation, and
How
I
does
I
she
will
walk
I,
around without tipping over?
I will also she's technically a devil. I don't know. Cha,
Yeah.
from my curiosity, you are a tiefling, yes?
Yeah. Yep. That's
You
me.
you realize that most tieflings aren't like actually the children of devils, right?
Yes. I've heard.
Okay.
What are they the
Is your
children
father
of?
also a devil?
Well, he's a tiefling.
Oh, okay. I'll have to make a note about that.
You better.
Yeah.
Among the many notes
Sorry.
that chat would be taking right now if they saw the image.
Oh yeah, I'd like to show her. I'd like to show her my notebook.
So if anybody sees someone like that around, make
Oh,
sure
shoot,
to
I
give
forgot
me
to
an
put-
elbow and point her
Crap,
out
crap, crap.
because it could mean our ultimate undoing.
Oh, she's that dangerous?
Good to
Yeah.
know.
I totally forgot that.
I didn't think succubus were like, on the scale of devils.
Put Goose in the,
Were that bad?
there we go.
I mean, she is.
I mean, you're not.
No.
That's
And you
based on
say
that
you're a
one.
mama's boy.
She seems very bad. Sorry, sorry, that was inappropriate.
Zed, that's my mom.
I know. I shouldn't have said anything.
Ah,
I'm sorry. I really.
damn it.
Nice.
Stop.
Oh. You know what? You're right, Zedrin. She seems very, very bad, and I'm a very naughty girl.
Okay, you've all seen her enough. Show my dad now, for God's sake. Aelistrain, look at the. Charles looks up at the heavens like, Aelistrain, look at these people. Look.
Mm.
He's a succubus. How do you expect us to respond?
That's exactly how she wants you to respond. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We can't help it.
it's true.
And
Her
it's
divine
Um,
aura.
We've got a magnetic power over us.
a gravitational force, as one might say, particularly in the.
With reference to her
Well, now I see
Whatever
how
that
she
generous
feeling is
assets.
that you're having in your stomach, lift it up back into your head, okay? Don't let it stay down there.
So you ask about your father, and it's essentially the relatively spitting image of you, for the most
Yeah.
part. It looks a little older, horns maybe a little longer. You definitely take more after your father than your mother.
And with him, you're seeing like a very, fancy kind of jacket and like very poised, um, the kind of all those those portraits you see of like dictators and like cult of personality images of Stalin and shit like that. He's got that kind of vibe, like very poised, very in control, with like very decadent, um, infernal sort of like
Kozik one.
chamber behind him that is very classy but definitively infernal looking. And he looks very much like a ruler of some kind.
Ooh. Now he's spooky. Are you sure he's a tiefling? Because that looks like a devil to me.
No, he's a tiefling. He's a tiefling.
Huh. Say I believe you. He's very powerful for a tiefling in hell.
Yes, I'm sure he is. It's an old infernal tiefling family in the hells. Goes all the way back. They're like whole family trees that I was supposed to memorize and shit like that.
Ah.
You know how it is, right, Kozik?
You don't strike me as being from a noble house, but I guess I have to believe you.
I
Ouch.
said so when we met.
He did.
Kozik. My
But yes,
goodness.
genealogy is very important. One's family
You got it.
tree.
Do you guys like sing songs about it? Like I think I read something about that. It's like sing the song of your family line, that kind of thing.
Are you asking the party or just
Kozik.
Kozik because he's a
Oh,
dwarf?
just Kozik.
There are songs, there are bardic tales about certain noble houses and their progenitors of those lines. Sure.
You're shy. We want to hear your family song someday, okay?
No. Here in this strange realm, they would not resonate here.
Eat the caves.
Be like a dream. They would not be remembered.
Hmm.
So I guess this is as good a time as any to
So
share.
yeah,
Share
Saren.
the-
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
uh, we didn't
Right.
forget you were here. We weren't just having conversations.
Is he
Between
like
the two of us.
looking over our shoulders with his giant head, like just watching all this?
Well, he probably doesn't get company that often.
Right, I think he's like
Yeah.
he wanted
He's
to hear
just-
Cha explain everything.
He's
He's
just
probably
sitting there.
quite fascinated.
This is just like an adventurer sitcom.
Niavar, I've got one last question I need to ask you, Mira, if that's all right.
Sure. I'm not quite done
Well,
with it either myself, but let's go.
I want to know who killed my parents.
Oh, that's a good one. And she hands over the mirror after like yanking it slowly back over from Shaw because she's like, okay, look, your father is neatly terrifying. I'm not certainly going to be having dreams of your mother at all. Don't worry about it.
Nana!
Yeah.
Now I understand why you said people shouldn't share.
It's okay,
Get
Cha.
it.
He's also known as the tempter. You know how it is. I'm tempted, all right. Like, go ahead and lose it all.
It's all right. If you ever see her in person, then you won't be dumbstruck by her horrifying succubal power, and maybe
I will
withstand it.
absolutely be dumbstruck. Anyway, sorry. Again, I should have said it.
Cha's like, you guys are talking about my mom.
That's my mom, you guys.
This is
You're the one that want us to see her, Joe.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yes, I
said you
was.
want us to see your parents.
You're
In
right.
case they came
God,
upon us.
I don't know why I didn't think it would go down this way, but they had to show her in her Sunday
Jesus.
best.
Succubus.
They
Oh,
couldn't
people.
show her in her robe or her dress. They had to show her.
oh yeah.
That's her definition of a robe.
You do
know,
in
right?
fact worship Elistray, so I don't know what you were expecting, my boy.
Well,
And
you
she's
got a
a
point.
naked goddess.
This is a very different kind of nudity.
She's not
That's a
nude.
nudity. That's a nudity of freedom and independence. This is suggestively trying to draw your eye to her regions.
Her accent.
Okay,
Shaw,
Gravitationally
the more
pull.
you
have
say,
control.
I'm trying to bite my tongue.
Okay, that's
should
I
just
don't think you
leave
the
it.
part
should.
We'll
about my
move on.
mother. I want to
I
see who
know.
killed Sari's parents too.
Hmm.
That's
Right now.
That's really dark.
really
Todd just has his hand against his forehead, covering his face.
for the first
So
time
I-
ever. Chaz turned red, just like his mother.
Like I said, I stepped away during the reveal of Zed's parents. I feel like, though, the reveal of Zed's parents versus the reveal of Chaw's parents went vastly different.
Totally
A different kind of surprise and shock and awe.
could not be more different.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, Sari's asking about. Because I noticed she muted a second ago.
Yeah, I think she was asking about. She specifically said, I don't want to speak for her, but she wanted to see who had killed her parents.
Well, when she gets back,
I'm talking away and I forgot I was muted. Yeah, because earlier she asked who killed her family and her master, but then she saw who killed her master, so now she wants to know who killed her parents.
doo-doo-doo.
Just another day in D&D.
Going from that suck I wanna fuck to
No. Okay, that's going in the quote book.
to okay, the horrifying
Despite
implication.
Despite Chaw's absolute yeah. Okay.
I don't want to be rude. I'm a little less interested in this one.
That's
Well,
okay.
Fine, I'll go over here. Thank
No,
you
no,
very
no.
much.
I wasn't suggesting that.
Sari's
So-
parents might be very pretty. We don't know.
Oh, they're beautiful. They were
We
beautiful.
need to teleport Tiffany over here.
Yeah, or
be-
something.
So, when you present that question, the
Yeah.
very alluring image of Chaw's mother kind of fades behind a curtain, like somebody's closing like a bathroom like curtain,
Thank God.
and the only thing that you see is what looks like a golden, almost like spectral in a sense. It's kind of like a wispiness coming off of it, but like this stag. And I guess the best thing you could ascertain what that means is that's a symbol of Sealy Court.
But we don't. But we can't. I can't tell if it's Oberon specifically or not. But it's the Sealy Court.
Correct, because you asked who.
I did ask who killed them. As
And
in
it
the person that
unveils
killed them.
The Sealy Court.
Oh.
But why, when I ask who, would I not get the actual person that killed them?
Oh, you said who? Oh, that's easy. There you see from that symbol, it kind of zooms in a little bit more, almost like zooming in on the face of the stag to the point where it's just like kind of, like those like trippy kind of scenes where it's zooming in and then it goes from like one scene to another while it's zooming in.
Yeah.
And you see a very similar image, an individual sitting on the throne.
Similar? Is it Oberon or not?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Shit.
Wait, are you trying to say that this high level Summer Court Fey ruler had your parents and your mentor murdered?
Why?
Well,
Yeah,
my
what's the
parents were
connection?
very involved in the court until my father was very involved in the court until he fell in love with my human mother and left because nobody was happy about that. And so he left and went with my mother to this village in that part of the Feywild where, it's kind of anybody and everybody can live there and not be involved with the courts and and so he left the court. And so but he was fairly, you know, high up there and I he thought that they let him go, but uh it seems that they didn't.
And your mentor?
Well, that's what I don't understand because why would they kill my parents and my mentor? Why would Oberon himself personally kill my parents and my mentor? And it must have something to do with me that I don't know about because that's awfully personal to me that he would kill my mentor. But also, I don't know because my mentor was not very forthcoming about his past as much. I mean, I know that he was involved with the court at some point, but I don't know exactly in what capacity or, what he did there. So I don't know if it's some kind of personal thing between him and Oberon or if these are both have something to do with me. I don't know. I don't know. But it's quite upsetting because my parents always, I mean, they're not all, they're not like the best folks, but they were pretty decent, I thought, to my family and to my master, and that's quite upsetting. I don't know what to make of it.
Were there ever any attempts on your life?
I was gonna say, do you feel like you're actually in danger? Um, has
Well, I mean, when
have
my
your
master and I
family
traveled
had like
around, we were in lots of danger from different places, and I'm I may have been unaware where some of it was coming from. Um, I don't know.
well, I do also see the connection that you're bringing up there. You're not only your master, but your parents. It seems
Yeah,
very
but Oberon himself,
Wow.
that
Very.
why, yeah, why,
I mean, not he didn't send somebody else, did he? Right? It was himself.
Nope. That was
Jeez.
definitely the same guy. But
and
why? Maybe your
Yeah.
dad was fucking Titania and he was mad about losing out that cool threesome partner. I don't know.
You've got
God.
quite an imagination today,
It
Inanna.
was
I'm
seeing my
trying
mother.
so hard here.
It was seeing
I
my
don't have
mother
a
that
better
did it.
idea.
This is what happens every
No,
time.
it's
well,
politics. It's not
what,
thruples or anything. It's politics
but
for
so
My
sure.
sorry.
There was.
what
Is there a
politics
reason,
though?
anything that you might be able to think of for for first and foremost anyone to be after you?
Well,
Well, your
I
birth,
don't
right?
know. I mean, if he was upset about my father, if they were upset about my father marrying a human, but I mean, if they've had an opportunity. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I felt in danger often, but that's when my master and I were traveling about. I just assumed it was from the people we were dealing with, not from the court or anything. This is the first time it occurs to me, so I have to I have to meditate on it for a while and see what I come up with. That's disturbing.
Well, we
Very.
have to confront this Oberon at some point. This is messed
Well,
up.
that's a whole another thing. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But
Well,
uh,
I
I think we
guess
should find out if what's that, Zed?
I was only gonna say, so we're not really sure where we are right now. We came from the material plane directly.
Right.
Shaw has warned us about his family, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm really trying hard now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, my
Um,
friend. Thank you.
um, but now I think we also need to be heeding this warning that Sorry's bringing. If her family was more or less poached by this individual, uh, we we should definitely be
Careful.
potentially looking out for any sort of fey presence around.
Well, I was
Um,
wandering about in the Feywild for a good year after my master died.
Child of T Swift.
What's that?
Sorry, I'm just reading
Oh,
chat.
Okay, you know, you did bring up a really good point earlier. Sorry. I am curious about this, and it's gonna haunt me now. I'm not gonna look up what my parents looked like, any other questions like that, because that's going to haunt me. But I can know who decided to switch me.
Ooh.
oh,
Yeah, let's
I
see
know
how
it
high
wasn't
up
my
this goes.
grandmother. I've always
oh,
had suspicions that it was from the Feywild because, you know, that's where changelings are from.
oh, that you've got to ask.
Now, I suppose, and she taps the mirror, who decided to swap me as a
Whoa.
baby?
Let's see. So, who decided to swap you as a baby? So, the answer to that would come in sort of a split screen. You would see your parents, and you would also see, you know, as best you could, assume to be your biological parents.
Wow.
But they're changelings, so they're in their essential like base form, kind of the faceless aspect, the lacking of features kind of thing. Not really faceless.
Like Odo.
Is that just the whole vision?
Yeah, because you asked who made the decision to do the swap, and you see both of them.
Wow.
Mom always said that it wasn't her decision, though.
Well, sounds like that might not be true.
She hates me.
So
They
this is
both
saying that
decided
she was
together.
she was
covers
in
up
on
the
it, but she
changeling.
hates you?
She covers the changeling pair up, and she's like, well, she might just hate. My mother's a complicated thing. And you can actually see Lady Maval. She's an affluent-looking drow woman. Very severe features. She looks like Niavara, much older. Got some wrinkles beneath her eyes. She looks calculating and cold. Like Niavara, can be mean, but she's normally sort of playful about it, right?
Right.
Quick to smile. No, there is frown lines set into this woman's face.
But it looks like they both decided together. Both sets of parents.
Ivara,
That
what if
is
you asked why they did it?
I suppose. And she is still keeping her hand over the pair of changeling parents. before she asked the mirror, why was I changed out as an infant?
Ooh.
Hmm. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to convey this in purely imagery.
Right.
So, okay. Yeah. So, you see images of nobles. You see images of yourself being embedded within them. You see images of nobles who have been very quietly dealt with and disposed of.
Oh yeah, I definitely did that, but
He's not done.
nope.
I mean, that's essentially like the gist of it.
A useful tool.
Wow.
That's
So
all I really was.
you were handed off because you were a noble, or
No,
they were trying to get rid of a
Just some
noble in
kind
the
of
Drow family?
political
I'm
political
a
trade.
useful tool.
Right.
Oh man.
Well,
Why
that
was
hurts.
what became of the girl I changed with?
You see a reflection of you as Niavara. And then it shifts. It keeps shifting. One form after another. Almost as if they are also a changeling. But they never revert to a base form.
Oh wow.
Magic can do that, but not quite as good as the native forms.
Does it land anywhere? Or does it keep shifting?
It's perpetually altering. Like imagine constantly hitting, I wouldn't say as extreme as like hitting like a random character generator kind of thing, but imagine, it's more on the gradient of hitting random, like instead of it being like at 1 second it's one person, another it's completely different. It's actually like a gradient that shifts in between them, as if to say instead of it being like click random like random features, it's like it slowly shifts from one to the other.
Right. Thing about magical forms of transformation is that you don't have quite the same level of control over it as well.
What does
What?
that mean to you, Nivar?
Well, it means that she was like I said, she was might have been in the same situation I was. For years, I wondered if she'd been, sacrificed for whatever reason.
Just
But,
used as a political trade, a tool, like you say.
This
but
realm knows the
why? I
past,
don't understand.
calculates the future.
Like, obviously, I know exactly how useful I am to my mother. That's why why Veldrin had to convince me very intensely to run away, but it
Maybe it was a way to save their daughter. Like if they were trying to make her disappear, if
my
maybe
mother.
maybe people higher up than your parents, drow higher, matriarchy, if they wanted that daughter to disappear.
Yeah, but why would her biological parents agree to such a thing,
Well,
knowing they
that's
are
what I'm
putting their
saying.
daughter in danger?
It saved her life. by
Well, I
having
thought
a
you were saying her
changeling. No.
parents that raised her did that.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
all of them to try to save.
But there were still 2 girls at the end of this, is my
Right, and
point.
they were putting them in dangerous situations, each of them.
Oh,
No,
yeah, it
I guess
started
what I'm saying is if the higher if everybody knew that they were getting a changeling, and that was a way to get rid of the actual child, that she would have nothing to do with Drow society. She couldn't take up the mantle or whatever they would have wanted for her. Because everybody knows you're a changeling.
Oh, I was very well hidden in Drow society. Like I said, I attended Veldrin's event. I was his female custodian, if you would.
And you looked like your mother, like Niavara.
Uh-oh,
Well, I'm
my
not saying
mother,
that all
Lady
of the Drow
Myval.
would know.
I mean, you're changeling. As a changeling, you took on that form.
I'm not
Well,
saying
I,
all of
like,
the Drow would know that. I'm saying that just the ones that made the decision.
hmm.
You said your Drow mother hates you, right?
Oh yeah,
Like, so she's not going to pass anything on to you. She doesn't want you to, I don't know, continue the line or do anything
I
like
have
that.
2
She knows you're a
sisters.
changeling. Right.
2 actual sisters who I very much fear.
Your
But
adoptive parents, your adoptive sisters?
oh yes, they
Okay.
knew what I was too. As did Veldrin. They visited me in my dungeon sometimes.
It was like a
Well,
payment.
that was nice.
It was to pay off some kind of a debt.
But like, why? Like, obviously,
But
I
why
was
would her
useful.
bio parents agree to that?
That's a good question.
I think we should go back and ask them someday.
Kill them.
I agree with that.
Well, we can have them tell us before we kill them.
For those of you who still have parents alive,
Look, I didn't know them. And Lady Myval did. My mother taught me a lot about Drow society. Why do you think I'm so good at it?
Ah, man.
She might not have always liked me, but she taught me how to defend myself, and that's important in this fucked up world.
I think about half of the group's parents are no, a third of the group's parents are.
Why it's so
I
hard
still
to get
don't
an
understand what
answer.
they wanted out of making you bound to the Drow society,
Yeah.
but now you're out on your own, learning
Well,
about who you.
they didn't
What
intend
is
for me
the
to
goal?
leave. They didn't intend for me to
Right.
leave. I was supposed to be gifted to one of my sisters when she married
Who needs
and
them?
had
Oh, is
children
that
of her
right?
own.
Yeah, they're just
No.
they're a spawn point, right?
I'm a very useful tool. I'm an excellent spy. I can embed myself in any aspect of society, copy any person, take on any form. I've been trained for it since I was young.
Maybe they wanted you to do what you're doing right now.
Leave? I highly doubt that.
So maybe your bio parents owed a debt, and then the drow parents were trying to hide their daughter, and it just was a good fit.
You know what, Mir? Show me what'll happen when Niavara meets the girl she was exchanged for.
Yeah,
Oh, whoa.
I
Future.
do miss
Whoa
my
is
dad.
right.
Sorry, say again.
Show me what'll happen when the 2 girls that were swapped at birth meet each other again.
Let's see. What would this realm had draw a logical conclusion?
Third person.
When the 2 meet, all you see is like I'm trying to just figure out how to describe this. So you would imagine, so it kind of shows you, the only thing you can see is like cross daggers. That's a better way to describe it than what I have written.
Naturally. The future hasn't been decided yet, right?
Also, what's up, Drum? Drum,
Change is
drum.
coming, it's just how we react to it.
You know, the irony is she might be proud of you if she actually got to know you.
She might actually be as well. If she's anything like myself, and that's a huge assumption to make, she could think that she's, hated by her parents because she's also doing the same thing, trying to be a changeling and failing to be one. The
Hell
same
yeah,
way I've
brother.
always tried and failed to be a drow.
Take a seat.
And I'm
We're pretty
willing to
chill.
bet you that if she's anything like me, she's been looking up the stories of what the drow are like to try and figure out what the image of what she's supposed to be and what was stolen from her.
Worst international exchange program ever.
Ever.
God, aren't you something? This is like literally social experiments 101. What happens when you give a changeling to a drow and a drow to a changeling? Darman video.
Jeez. Well, we've all been through it, haven't we?
We have. You know what? Actually, Kozik. And she pushes the mirror over to him. We've all been so selfish. You ought to ask where the black diamond is.
Ugh,
Oh, good one.
it's like a question that there's no answer to. I
But-
ask the question, and more confusing answers just appear.
It does keep showing it as like all broken or something. Shards everywhere.
But this has been showing us more details at it.
Yeah, do it,
So-
Kozik.
Okay, so this time it'll tell me something. All right.
Maybe.
Oh, mirror. Please show. Where can I find this black diamond that I seek?
So you present this question, and at that moment, the mirror shatters,
Oh.
and in each
Come on.
individual
Of
little
course.
each little individual shattered piece, there is what appears to be a shard of some kind of dark material. And you look at it, you try and peer at like where they could be. The shards are very small, so you kind of can't really get a good view of the background. But one, you swear you can see what appears to be maybe like cat paws of some kind of a tabby cat.
The
Oh no.
cat.
And it's like sitting next to one. Maybe like, trying to think just how much you could see from like a shard of glass. You can see like a little cat's paw, and maybe what looks like maybe the corner of some kind of stone throne or something. And you just kind of try and look at each one, and because the shards are so small, but you definitely see one because it's sort of just there. There appears to be one just kind of floating in the void of space. Just
No.
hanging out there.
Wait, one of the shards?
Let me finish. I'm trying to think. So another one you would see would be, so you would see one that looks like maybe is behind some like leather or something. Maybe like a pocket or something. It's really hard to tell with these tiny shards. Let's see, and another one. Let's see how many you would get. Roll me a d20. Just a straight up number.
Well,
And then I've given him a 3, so he gets one more. And you would see one more that you can make out, right? Because the broken glass is not completely perfect pie. You know, some are smaller, some are wider than others, and these are the wider ones. So you get one more. And because of that, you would see one. Mama's boy. Let's see. I'm trying to see down my list here. You would see one that looks like it's submerged in lava.
Oh, that would be easy to get. Okay. Oh,
Oh my goodness, how many shards are there?
4. I mean, I guess there's many shards, but only 4 that I can really make out some sort of scene, whether it's symbolic or truly representative. I don't know. Maybe the black diamond has been somehow shattered and is existing. It needs to be reconstructed.
Oh, your
I don't
quest
know.
just got a lot harder.
Well, there's a lot of that
Uh,
going around in our group.
That's why I didn't want to know. But so be it. I guess I have to pursue this diamond wherever it might be. Yeah, it looks like it just got a little more complicated. Ugh.
Could we track them down?
Hmm.
I mean, you have some images now, but gosh, that could be anywhere.
And I definitely make sure I tell them that, the specifics of what I saw if they couldn't see the same.
Does the tabby cat look like the damn cat that we saw in the fucking Feywild?
Man,
It. I mean the paws, because you don't see the whole cat. You just see like the toe beans basically.
Mm-hmm.
Looks very similar to the tabby that has been in contact with Kozik.
Yeah, but doesn't that cat belong to the Dark Lady?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's strange.
Maybe the cat was waiting for you to ask for it. Maybe these shards were able to, like, recognize each other's presence almost.
Well, I guess the next time we see that cat, I'll be sure to ask him some questions.
So would it be trying to? It must be trying to lead you to them.
Also, you guys might all want to check your pockets because there might be. It looked as if I had been shrunk down to the size of a mouse and was looking. It was like inside a pouch.
Oh, you know what?
I was kidding about
Hmm.
checking your pockets, of course. I was
Shaw's already been checking his pockets,
turning
like,
them out inside out.
Sorry, buddy.
What's the term?
Oh, well.
Rabbit ears, rabbit ear in your pockets, or whatever it's called.
Rabbit foot?
I can't remember the term. It's like the one there's like a term like when you turn your pockets inside out.
Oh, I haven't. I can see that. I haven't heard. Yeah, but they're like not dog eared. Yeah, what do you call that? I know what you. Little moth is flying around. Where'd that come?
It's not that.
But, well, I guess the sooner that we can leave this in between place, I don't know, the better. I don't know if it'll be better, but it'll be different.
Right, listen, I've got a thought. So we've all gotten all this information that's somewhat disturbing, and we're all off on a different direction in our minds about things we need to go deal with and do and find out about. And I'm wondering
Hmm.
if we're being led to distraction because we've been given a very big quest to free this being that affects universes. And we're being led astray by all our little personal things. But we've got something really big to deal with. And I wonder if we're being distracted.
That's a good point.
Well, hopefully we wrap some of them up on the way to that. But you have a point. We could be led off the path. But we have to protect people. Like if Veldrin is going to be attacked, like we need to get a message to him. At least figure out if we can make contact. Like
I'm going to guess he's really aware of all the dangers in his life, just like we all are. You know?
I mean, Vel is aware of those things, but also, if she looks like me, think about how close she'd be able to get to him.
Yeah,
Right.
right. That's true.
He thinks that she's dead too. We all do.
I mean, at
Us
least some
being
kind
my
of
sisters and I, my sister's brother and I.
some kind of message. I mean, that can't take too much.
And I'd imagine that sort of thought might even resonate a little bit with Sari, having lost individuals. Like, what would Sari, in a situation like that, if you felt like you had an opportunity to warn your family
yeah.
and your mentor, would
Oh,
you
yeah.
take that opportunity? Some
Yeah, of
character
course. But
consideration.
like finding out, like a way to get a message or something. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's true though. We don't know about shards of this crystal. I mean, God, that could be scattered all over the universe for all we know. That's a tough one unless we have some kind of map or way to track them. I just want everybody to look out for my parents because they could be hunting me. They find out I'm alive.
Like the party is more than willing to look out for your mom. They'll keep an eye out for her.
No, DM, no. I think if we are able to get to the astral realm, we could help find Zed's captain because it seems like he's there with the crew. So that could
Can we
knock out.
can
a
we get
couple
to the
things.
astral realm from here? Should we continue on to Bonk Village?
It sounds like the only way in and out
Well,
was
didn't we
those
lose?
cabins.
Yeah, didn't we lose the cabins? Aren't they?
Yeah,
Isn't
but
it
we can bring
charged
them
to
back.
nothing?
Cha just like imagines the cabin being back.
Right,
Yeah,
but
what
that
does the
only affects what's in this world, not what's in that world. Like if
what's the
there's a
giant
dragon over
dragon
there
have to
that
say?
burned the whole cabin down, he said it only affect where the borders of his realm. That's where it ends. So we couldn't
He
really
said
bring
that
the
was
cabins
basically
back.
the only way in and out was that door in that cabin.
Is the door
So if
chart or is the door chart along with the cabin or just the cabin? Is the door still there?
well, the cabin on this side was not damaged. The cabin on the other side was destroyed.
So the door's still there going over there, even if it's charred. It's still there, then the door's still there. On this
Oh, that's a
side.
good question. Is the door like actually there to the cabin if we bring it back?
I
Or
know.
is
Do you bring it back?
blasted down? Yeah, Cha just imagine the cabin back, but like 100 feet away.
So the cabin just
The
kind of
cabin in this realm, not the other realm.
yeah. So the cabin that you guys had basically stepped miles away from almost does like a zoom in. It's like because it
Love
was
these
way
zoom
off.
lens.
Right.
Zoom lens a lot tonight.
So that's our way back. I guess astral plane will have to wait. Anyway, we should probably learn more about it. We don't really even know what kind of supplies we might need.
Food and water.
Well, right now we've got messages to send and people that need warnings and things to take care of.
You would
Sorry,
need
you've been an
food.
amazing host.
You would need water. You would need air.
Air?
For the
We have to
astral
take
plane.
air with us? There's no air?
No.
Oh shit!
Well, how do we
But
do
will
that?
will
Well,
we
the
be able to
astral
breathe
ships
anyway?
have air, though.
Very
There's
short
no air.
amount of time.
The astral ships have a very
So it's
short
like
amount of
it's like water. Like you get in and you just drown.
or
Well,
suffocate.
That would be a close comparison, yes, I suppose.
oh wow.
Do
Do
the
you know
astral
how we
ships
could
take
breathe
air
there?
with them?
They do.
Yeah. Oh,
The astral
so we
ships
need a
take air with them, yeah.
we need to ship then. So I guess we do have to deal with that scumbag.
Scumbag.
Okay, maybe he's not a scumbag. Maybe he's just a jerk
A
off.
random vassal who's worshiping Oladra, as far as I can tell. Yeah, he's probably not
He's a
Dutch.
noble kinsman.
Okay, he's a rando
Or like a
noble
fake
jerk
captain.
off.
Is all I gotta say.
KO.
He's a phony noble jerk off captain. Okay, so that guy, we have to deal with that guy if we want an astral ship.
Is
I
that
guess
our
we
only
need one.
option?
So far,
Right.
apparently we can't just go there or we'll suffocate.
We're
That's
not
good
with
to
our
know.
ship.
Useful tip.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Is there anything else you could tell us about the astral world, Great Saturn?
Probably.
That was a good one.
I guess we have to ask specific questions. I imagine, Saren, that you could probably tell us a lot about a lot of things.
Probably.
And maybe we're running away a little quickly. We could get some more information instead of just about things that have happened or might happen. But you know of a safe way that we could get to the astral plane and have air with us besides the astral ships?
Have you ever ridden on the back of a titan or a god?
Oh, whoa.
Is the turtle a god?
There are turtle deities out there, yes.
Then that's a maybe.
That's
Possibly.
a definite maybe.
Hey, maybe we could ask our turtle friend if he would like to go to the astral world with us.
Though I
You know, he
surmise getting through that door will be challenging for you.
Getting through the door, getting back to back
Oh,
from where
this
we
door.
came will be challenging.
The
There's
guardian.
a dragon on the other side.
Correct.
We could appeal to
Maybe.
its vanity, offer it gold. It is vain. We could try to strike a bargain with it.
But he might not even be there after burning the cabin down. Or I guess maybe he's just waiting for us to come out.
Right. And they can wait a long time, probably.
A long time.
I sense he is still there.
Oh. Well,
Can you
thanks for
tell
that.
us how we might deal with him?
I already have.
But you did? Does anybody remember that?
I don't.
Would you mind repeating your great wisdom, great one?
Appeal to it. That's an
Appeal to
option.
it.
Hey, we could tell it about
I'm sorry, I didn't
Kyrie.
hear the rest of what you said, Soren. What did you say after appeal to it?
Appeal to it. Mm.
I thought,
Choose
thought you
to
said something
worship
after.
it. Devote yourself to it. It is, after all, anger, vain, hungry, perhaps.
Well, maybe we could devote ourselves to it just for a minute after we get through the door.
I wonder if
Cross our
telling it
fingers
anything
behind our
about.
backs.
I wonder if telling it anything about Kyrie would be useful, or the return of the Mist Dragon. But it just sounds like it's angry. Maybe we should just offer it food and gold.
And is it angry with us because it was burning down the cabin when we were in it? I mean, or is he the guardian of that cabin and we got in there while he was out getting food?
It is an embodiment of evil. Do with that as you
Oh,
wish.
damn.
Ooh.
Well, then let's go kill it.
Fight a dragon. That
That's
would be
the
a
job.
first.
Let's kill it.
And then you
Hmm.
think to how much damage it did to Opal in the course of 6 seconds.
All right.
How much gold do we have in there, Kozik?
Somewhere around nearly 3,000 gold pieces.
Not that much, really.
Well, we could
for a
offer it a
dragon.
cool 1,000.
That would not
I
be
think it's
enough.
that much though for a
That would
dragon.
not be enough.
That would not be enough. Okay. Hey, do you still have those evil malls on you, or did we drop those?
The evil flails?
The flails, yeah.
Yeah, those were left outside the slaughter cave for
Okay, got it.
some forest children to find.
Oh my god, we should have buried them or something. Ugh, not the
They were
forest
dropped.
children. Those poor forest children.
We could no longer be sullied by their presence, so we left them there.
For the next
We
poor
could try to
bastard.
sneak by. We could, I could cast a spell when we walk through. A
I
spell of
doubt our
darkness.
magic will have any effect on it. A dragon.
I could cast a spell of darkness. We could try to sneak away.
As this huge dragon just sees like this cloud of darkness moving away.
Oh no, I can't move the darkness. Oh no, I could actually. I could cast it on an object. But I could
Like
come
putting
on,
like
just
a
spitball it.
like
Any
putting like a
ideas?
like a cup over a hamster and being like, well, it's hidden, as it's like
Just do what
scraping
lizards
across
do.
the
We'll
floor.
just close our eyes when we see it, because then there won't be any more danger if you close your eyes.
It would be unwise to mention my name.
Oh, really? Okay. Does it know what's on the other side of the door? Like, does it know why it's guarding? What it's doing?
It knows precisely what it does. It knows precisely
hates
who
your
is on the
guts.
other side.
So it hates you. It's trying to keep people from even
So-
getting to you.
He's your enemy, eh? Is he the one that helped to imprison you?
It hates everything that it is not.
Okay. I don't like the sound of this fella.
Do you know its
It's-
name?
Narek.
Oh, okay. Maybe we can use
Narek.
that to our advantage. If we say maybe that we've heard of the great and terrible Narek, and we've come to, worship at its feet and grant it offerings. What service can we be to you, Narek? Maybe it will, maybe it will strike a deal with us.
I just imagine the kind of deal he strikes wouldn't be one we'd be too pleased with.
Probably not, but I'm from the Hells. We can figure out a way to add in a clause that weasels us out of the obligation.
Well, I love your sense of
Enthusiasm.
Optimism.
optimism. Yeah.
Any other ideas?
Oh, I've got my big I've got a big fireball. You think that would help?
Probably not, since it breathes fire.
Well, that doesn't mean I mean other dragons destroy dragons. I mean it could.
I think we will all be annihilated if we attack the thing. But we could try to fight it. That's one of the options, sure. We should think of a serious strategy if we're going to
Saren,
do
would a
that.
fireball hurt Narek?
Not much.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much.
Hey, Soren, is there a way that you yourself haven't dispatched of Narek?
Technically, I already have.
Interesting, because technically it's right outside the door.
Maybe it used to
Correct.
be inside the door right here with you, didn't it?
Once upon a time, we were one and the same.
Oh.
Okay. Two sides.
Did you split
Okay.
yourself? Did you remove the evil from yourself? And that is Narek?
Unintentionally.
Oh.
Whoa.
I
That is
think
some
we need to help put
serious
you guys
shit.
back together.
Well, what happens if they are put back together?
Well,
Right.
it's got both sides. It can temper its own. He can temper his own evil.
So you didn't mean to do that. You didn't mean to do it, though.
Or did you?
Unintentional.
Right.
Would you like to be reunited with yourself if you could be?
And there's a brief moment of silence.
Hmm.
When considering the heads or the tails of a coin, you cannot have one without the other, as much as one side may hate the other.
That's right. I think we need to figure out a way to put our friends together.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be whole once more,
It would be the only way
Can we
I
think of
could
a
leave
way? God.
this area.
and would you like that? Would you be interested in leaving?
False reality is not reality.
If we could get you back together, would you be willing to help us get to the astral plane? In a healthy manner.
Hey, you're kind of a god, aren't you?
Breathing an L.
He shakes his head. Only
Oh,
here.
You're too modest.
Only what did you say, sir?
Only here.
Ah, okay. That's all right. I think we should need to get them back together.
Okay. We've got a job here, my friends. How the hell do we bring
How
together
the hell do we do that?
two
Yeah.
the divided soul of a dragon. You know, this might give us good practice for the shards of the crystal and of Zed's soul. So
There we
this is
go.
good training. Good training
Good
course.
training. Good training.
What do we know about shattered souls and how to bring them together?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Saren, but didn't you say that you intentionally imprisoned yourself here?
He said it
Correct.
was unintentional. Oh,
No, he said
correct.
the split was unintentional. He imprisoned
Ah,
himself intentionally.
why did you imprison yourself here, Siren?
I created something interesting. It became a prison.
This place.
Correct.
Right.
So more
So
or
this was
less,
like an experiment.
is it Norik that we're trying to bring to you here in this place? Or Soren, is it you that we are trying to bring to Norik and effectively leaving this place?
They have to meet at the door. They have to meet right at the door where the two worlds meet.
Right, because he said he can't leave here.
Right.
Narek was able
It's-
to put some of his talents through the door.
I'm asking the large dragon here, by the way.
Sorry, I was putting in the chat the spelling for the names. Sorry, say again. I was just getting that information out there.
So is it Norik that we're intending to bring here to you, or is the intention to have us bring you from this place to Norik?
He would have to come here.
Understood.
I am unable to go out there.
Well, what if you were standing right by the door, but he couldn't see you, and we were taunting him to come at us the way he came at Opal already, and right when he's reaching in, you jump in front of the door, and when he touches, the two of you can be rejoined. Is that possible?
Anything's possible.
Is it worth trying? Do you want to try it?
If you can lure him to it, he never comes to the door if I was there.
No, you've got to
Ah,
hide, like right outside the door. You've got to hide, and we'll just taunt him until he comes at us the way he did at
Also, what's up,
Opal.
Junior?
And then you can jump right in front of the door as he reaches his arm through, and when he touches you, maybe you'll come back together. Because it
is
sounds
that
like
what
he
would
can,
it
seems
take?
like he can touch in.
Would it take a touch, or would he need to be like fully bodily here in this place, or would just a touch do it?
I am uncertain.
Oh my. Well,
And
we
I
could
think it's worth
try.
a try. I think it's worth a try.
That's a great plan, Sadi.
Yeah, she says you since he can't come in here and you can't go out there. So, but he did put his he did put his paw and claw in when he was reaching at Opal, right?
Yep.
All right, let's give it a shot.
And his fire came through. What if you were hit by his fire? Would that do it too? Would that be considered a touch?
I can only draw potential logistical conclusions.
I think they've got
Okay.
a touch. I think they've got
Okay,
a touch.
we'll try both. We'll try to get him blasting and reaching in, and then you jump on him from maybe above the door of the cabin.
Hey, another just question here.
You're not going to get practical on us, are you, Zed?
Well, I am wondering a bit. Saren, do you know if you were to actually like merge together and get back to your potential rightful form, would we be in inherent danger at that point, since Norik seemingly wants to already kill us?
Oh, that's a good
Mm.
question.
Valid.
Also, would we be able to leave still?
His rage would be tempered.
That's good.
Right.
But this realm would be destroyed, wouldn't it? Would this realm cease to exist?
Yeah, we'd probably go
Or would
back
you-
into the other one.
Oh, that's not good.
If we were returned to our original form, I would then have the power to leave this realm.
And
Would you choose so? Or are you just kind of hanging out here? You're good here, right? Like, this is a good place?
I would prefer to exist in reality. It's been very long.
All right.
Let's do this.
What other?
Would-
Oh, yeah,
we-
for sure. But what other sort of plans? Like, once you're back
For
in
sure.
reality,
yeah,
gonna.
would we be
You're not
releasing
gonna
the
run around
dragon
killing a
back
bunch of
into-
people or
Crap
anything, are
you.
you?
Only if
To
they try
watch-
to kill me.
In other words, you're
Well,
gonna be
that's fair.
a normal being just like the rest of us. Nice to those who are nice to you and kill all the rest. Gotcha.
The reason I created this was to avoid that.
Oh.
But then you left that part of yourself on the other side, which he's probably on the rampage quite often if he's
He-
pure evil.
He
So I
shakes his
think getting
head.
you back together is a good idea.
He shakes his head. Not for
Hmm.
myself.
Oh,
Not from yourself.
That's an interesting point. If are people aware of Narek in our world, and then therefore would they be hunting him since he's so angry and vicious? And if they saw you, they might immediately think that you are Narek, but you no longer are.
I've been hunted since before I crafted this realm.
Uh,
I imagine you're used to it.
I wonder if Grinstel might have use of, you know, of like protecting our friend here, and they could strike a deal to protect Grinstel.
Each other.
Yeah, because there are some really horrifying goblins that are part of a creepy cult that have been attacking this village we know of, not too far away from those cabins. And maybe you could strike a deal with them to protect them, and they would stop hunting you.
No
That's
offense
a great idea.
to you or yours, but I doubt there's anyone within the village capable of fighting off what hunts me.
Oh, what is
it-
hunting you?
It's not just regular creatures.
I feel
that
like
you've got.
as this conversation's going, we're learning more and more things that we should have probably been privy to.
Well, we're learning.
We're
What
still
is it
getting
that
there.
hunts you, Siren? What hunts you?
Entities with the capabilities of moving between realms freely, such as I. Realm walkers, some
Oh.
might consider.
Possibly a random question. Have you ever heard the name Marn?
He
Oh.
tilts his head. Marn. And he just looks like he's like in heavy thought. Like you can see the wheels churning, the gears cranking, like really trying to search through potentially years or millennia or eons of knowledge and information.
Show him a picture in the mirror. Cha will ask Inanna, just picture Marn.
Show me Marn. She whispers to the mirror.
It reveals that, you know, half flesh, half skeletal, almost like Two-Face. But, you know, where Two-Face, you know, the Batman villain has like, you know, half a melty face, Marn's just skeletal on one side. Yeah, it looks like Marn. And do you show it to him?
Yep.
I have seen him only once in my travels.
Oh. Can you tell us about him? Do you know?
He always, of the one little bit of time I did see him, he seemed distraught, always searching for something, asking questions to everyone around. There was always something dark about him, and something dark that followed him. I did not ask. I did not pursue. I did not interact.
Mm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
What is Marn searching for?
And Anna looks over at Zedran. Like, I have no idea. We have no clues.
What he seeks, I do not know. But I can speculate. As an entity capable of moving as I do. Should he acquire it, nothing good would come of it.
Aha. Cha looks over at Kozik.
Acquire that?
That's what he's looking for, Kozik. What you're looking for.
Yes, it must be a very powerful artifact. Makes sense.
Well, let's try it, everybody. We shall bring your split self back together.
Indeed, it seems the only way.
All right, so how you guys trying to go about doing it?
You all want me to try and open the door?
Okay. So I think we all need to be decoys, right? So Saren kind of waits to the side of the cabin. So how big is Saren?
About the size of a mountain.
A mountain. Okay.
That's gonna be tough to hide.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
So
he could still be off to the side of the door, though.
Saren,
Right,
would you
Saren.
be the size of a mountain if you were merged together with Nautic again? Or would you be more the size of Nautic, who was more like, just a really big dragon?
You asking sorry?
Oh,
No,
Saren.
Saren.
Oh, Saren. I heard sorry.
Saren?
Saren.
Saren. The C.
Saren. Got it.
I'm saying Saren because of my accent. Like Saren. I might be throwing you guys off.
It matters not. what size I am here.
Well, I don't know. It might be kind of funny if you got really tiny.
Oh my god, wouldn't that be adorable? What if he's the same size as little one and when we join them together? You'd have to come with us.
I
We
don't think
love
I want to.
collecting tiny, adorable creatures, Sarin.
Maybe that's how you get back through. You get really small, so you actually fit through the door.
I've tried.
Fair enough.
Okay. So I say we have his claw, like, he kind of like hovers over the cabin and puts his claw like right by the door. Like,
Right.
on the door, we have to pull it open, but the side in which it doesn't swing out, it has his claw right there.
Right.
And then we can use different ways to decoy Nautic, right? We don't have to just stand there like Opal did and get blasted to pieces. We could do illusions. We
Yes,
could like
right.
use I have minor illusions I can create to just to pull it in. We can
Right, fair, but I will say I tried to mage hand the door open before, and that's why Opal had to open it. So I think one of us has got to
right.
open the fucking door.
Okay, that's fine, but then we just jump out of the way instead
Yeah,
of stand
that's
there
why I
and
was.
get
That's
roasted.
why I was more or less suggesting myself. I'm
Okay.
And
Okay,
then
I'm
and then
I'm
sounds
Zed.
good.
Sorry, I don't know
and
if
then
that was.
Chell can cast an illusion so that he thinks you're standing there, but you're not. And then
Yeah,
Chell
I
could
can
cast,
I can
yeah,
make it nice and flawless. Like you open the door, you jump out of the way, but I'll make it look like you're still standing there
right.
as a target.
And
And
then if he's
then
Sounds
just
good.
flaming, you could you could keep jumping out of the way until he gets his claw in, and that's when Siren can reach down and touch his claw with his own.
right, I'll make the illusion trying to get through the door. Maybe I'll even make it appear that it got blasted by the fire and is supremely damaged, but is desperately trying to get through the door anyway, and is clawing, climbing toward it, roasted to pieces, but still alive and clawing for life to get out of this place, and then put him within reach of the claw.
Sometimes, Chaw, you scare me.
Fuck,
You
should have seen
know.
the other day. Anyway, um, Saren, is it? Are we trying to not harm Narek at all?
Arm him as you will. I highly doubt
Okay.
he will be felled.
Well, I mean, if you guys, if we've done any damage and you guys merge, it's not you. Like you're not going to be hurt.
If it were pain, then I am well deserving of it.
Well, that's dark. Okay, I guess we're all ready.
I do
And-
know a good dragon therapist. Okay, sorry.
And Zed,
Yeah, I
you
know,
feel like
I
a
know
little.
just how you feel, buddy.
And Zed, you feel like a tap on your shoulder.
Hey, little one.
And what how does what does this mean? And he utters, like, whispers in your ear some very profound curse words.
Oh,
Where did you hear that?
That was what big guy sticking claw in door was saying a lot,
oh,
because I think Little One's the only one that speaks
that
Draconic.
dirty mouth. That's what he was screaming at us in Draconic.
Hey, little one. I don't really.
Eh?
It's not appropriate to say those sort of things, especially referring to certain individuals directly. I appreciate it if you don't repeat those things.
Okay.
But thank you for letting me know. Speaking of which, can you go sit on Chaw's shoulder for just a few moments? Everything's gonna be all right.
He flaps his little amethyst wings and goes and lands on Cha's shoulder.
Come here, little one. Here, sit on my wing while I still have one.
But if
All
Cha's
right,
flying,
you
then
ready?
he'll be flying too.
Zed kind of like claps his hands together and starts like rubbing them a bit just to get himself psyched up. Okay, we're doing it, right? We're doing it. Doing it now.
Yep. Good luck.
Let's do it.
All right. Someone want to give me a countdown to 3?
Okay. Shaw's gonna start flying up into the air, above the door, out of eye shot, but within range to cast minor illusion. And if anybody else wants to add any effects with their magic, feel free. We're putting on a big show here.
Hey, how's it
Okay,
going,
you
SCP?
ready? From 3 to 1. On 1, do it, Zed.
You arrived
Right.
just as we're about to
3,
end.
2, 1.
And that's where we wrap up session.
Nice.
3 hours. It's usually how long we
That's
go.
awesome.
I miscounted.
Well
2, 5.
Oh, I know.
Again. I thought we said 5. Insight check.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Wow, well done.
That was so much fun to
fascinating.
have you like totally involved.
Coming
you
Kirsten in the
playing
streams.
Siren. Like totally engaged. That was really fun.
Well, hopefully,
I love how we
Get to
were
catch you
just
next time.
dealing with our own
Or tomorrow,
narcissistic needs.
because I'll
the
be running
entire
another game
time,
tomorrow.
While this massive, tormented, fragmented souled creature
And
is
thank you
just
for the
sitting
follow, by
there
the way.
kind of
Appreciate
watching
you.
us.
Appreciate you. Welcome in.
Cool.
While you
Yeah.
force us to look at
Okay.
pictures of
You
our
have all the
parents
answers.
for
Yeah,
some
fine.
reason.
Let us just have our conversation here.
Force us to look at pictures of our parents.
Well, that sounds like us, though, doesn't it?
Oh god.
man.
I think the party,
We are so
the majority of the
neurotic.
party enjoyed at least one of your parents, I guess.
Yeah,
No.
right.
I agree.
I agree too.
No spoilers.
No
This
spoilers.
is how all my friends were when they were around my mother.
Oh, that must have been hard, Cha.
Ugh.
I feel for you.
Something else hard in this.
No.
I didn't want to say it. I wasn't going to say it.
But yeah, tomorrow we'll be doing
the torment of having the
another
hottest
game at
mom on the
5:30
block.
Pacific. So if you want to tune in to a haunted
Abby is
house,
the crown that has the really
by all
fat tits.
means, there will be tomorrow.
That's actually the first time I actually really wanted to visited hell.
Yeah, there's a reason why people go there, buddy.
I'll make a deal with that devil.
We usually go about 3 to 3.5 hours,
Sin City.
give or take.
That's what my city was called. Sin City.
They're a pretty heavy role play group,
Good
so
name.
you know,
Called the Iron City.
good stuff. Good stuff.
That was really fun.
Wow, intriguing. Now we got to deal
Good
with an
stuff.
archfey.
And
Oberon.
I mean,
That's
just
so interesting.
imagine how it could have gone if, like, I mean, if we hadn't asked Sarin, like, about his connection with Narek, and I mean, if we hadn't asked the questions and we just stayed in our little trips and never asked questions, like, this could have gone totally differently. I love that.
In all fairness, he was rather tight-lipped in the beginning
Yeah.
until we started being like, "Oh, well,
What about you?
Cha did come out right in the beginning and say, "Hey, we like to help people and dragons, and if you're in prison, we'll help you out." And he was like,
He did say that. He did.
You just have to ask the right questions.
Yep.
yes."
Well, that was good. I'm glad we did.
All right, inspiration.
I'll start off with the votes. I'll vote sorry for that. The
The opening
the
revelation.
potential of a new big bad enemy that we all have to be worried about now.
Yay!
I
Yeah.
vote for that.
And I'm gonna vote for Inanna for going completely against her type and not wanting to learn secrets.
Completely
Yeah,
against her
that-
type.
Trying to convince people not to learn a secret.
I think that she's been pretty open and honest about her type all along.
It's appropriate for her type, and yet against it at the same time. So there you go. Well done with playing your role.
One Inanna,
Uh,
one sorry.
I will agree with
Indeed.
sorry because I don't think without sorry we would have ended up going down as far down that road and gaining quite a lot of information, didn't we?
Thank you.
Here, here. And extra shout out to Zed and Kozik for really spearheading going through this portal.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's two sorry.
And I do like that it just ended up with us looking at family photos.
and keep in mind the quote, curiosity helped the cat.
Help the cat. That's
Gotta
it.
workshop.
Shaw
that
was
one.
like,
My favorite quote, that suck, I wanna fuck.
Yeah, right.
Good one, Inanna. Very well done.
Glad that
Sylph.
Opal wasn't here. That
You
could have
got it.
been
Oh,
him.
what?
Hmm?
Oh, okay.
Opal, in character, of course, Opal would, I think, enjoy it. On the other hand, he is still my brother.
No hints of incest.
That could have been
No.
uncomfortable.
It would have been
No, but it
uncomfortable
could have
because
been uncomfortable.
Gavin is like, he's my brother. Do I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
be saying this in front of them? I mean, do we make those jokes to each other? Yes, but like,
In front of everybody
I would.
else.
It would have. I would have been
In
embarrassed.
front of all of the internet.
True.
At least
You
that's
know,
the one
I
that
don't.
actually listens to us.
I don't. To viewers, those out there, I don't have visualize you the same way that I might visualize my brother.
That's
I-
good. That's one less thing you need to deal with a therapist.
Someone in my chat was like, it's me, the internet.
Shit.
They need inspiration. You get inspiration.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna end
Well,
stream.
well
But yeah,
done.
my vote was for sorry.
All right, so we got two for sorry. One for
I
Zed.
think
Three
I
for
think
Saudi.
three.
What's the three?
Because
got
Inanna,
three for
Shaw, and
Saudi.
Zedrin.
And Kozik voted
Ah.
for Saudi too.
Well, then there you have it.
Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'll be sure to use it in a most helpful way.
Well done, everyone, and thank you for witnessing our shenanigans, internet.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
the
man.
the comparison is like
a lot of fun.
Saren was basically like the internet, where he's just like sitting there this whole time while you're pulling up family photos and like having
Narcissistically.
these conversations. He's just like, all right, I'm just a mountain-sized dragon sitting here watching.
It's the living archetypes of damaged family
Yeah.
paradigms.
You guys are looking at family photos. I'm literally a mountain-sized dragon
right here, but don't
in a
mind me.
mythical place where you can just wish whatever and you got it. But no, I'll be
Well-
I'm on the back burner. Don't worry.
Oh, that's funny.
Once he
And
said
I'll
he
let-
wasn't going to kill us, we were just like, all right,
Exactly. We were just like, cool, let's do our own fucking thing.
let's just fuck around.
Hey Nana, did
3
you did the
hours.
mirror come back together? Is the
Yeah,
mirror still intact? Okay.
That's
it's
what it
her.
does,
It's a
right?
scrying tool. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
It's
But
like
I
a.
remember it shattered at one point, so I'm
Uh
just.
huh. It's a
Oh.
symbol of the traveler. Is a broken mirror with many different directions.
Oh, okay. So we like it shattered. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, whenever it's a like a focal focus. It's not like anything special. It's just fluff.
We are all shattered in this game.
Ha ha ha.
Lovely stuff.
And I thought it'd be
Psychological.
funny fluff to use in this instance because she, like I said, she uses it for scrying for like seeing the future. And like seeing if she ever actually used like the scrying as intended in the game.
We sure do have a lot of visiting of family members to do at some point.
It's summer. It's summer, don't you know? Like again, you're planning this shit.
And little one learned some bad words.
Yay!
No, we can't keep
Nowhere.
him young forever, Zed.
That's the first
Even
thing
young
that they
forever, you were
listen.
grow up.
teaching them about puberty a week ago.
Doesn't little one have a few more centuries to go?
Probably.
Yep. Yeah, before
Before
he's even
adulthood.
middle-aged. He's gonna be a teenager for our entire lifetimes.
Rebellious.
That was really cool. Having that private vision of Zed's the parents. That was really intriguing. I'm not going to describe anything.
I was gonna
But,
say, all right, I'm out of here.
No. It
No,
was just like it was very well done. It was very gosh, not even explain it. It was soulful.
soulful.
Yeah, Cubed, you were just on fire tonight. That was awesome. You just
I
came
liked
up with one
the
thing after another for each person.
in that I was gonna say, yeah, in the like the recap toward the end when Sari had asked the
How
question
hot was Zed's mom?
and just the description of the
Hold on, let me-
acorn and the tree
It wasn't
growing
Zed's
and all
mom.
of
It was
like, that was
Cha's mom.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
That
Let
was
me
that I think that
Totally.
if I
really
can.
that set a tone for the session.
Can I do that here in
So
OBS?
poetic
kinda new.
today.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Cube,
Says
feel
something
free to
about our
level up.
friends here. Yep,
Let me
it's your turn.
add an image.
You get inspiration and level up.
Hey,
That's
let's not go
right.
too far.
Listen,
Your choice,
level
level
up?
up or inspiration.
Level up? Whoa. I don't even know if stream's still on for you.
Oh, stream's still going.
I'm about to
Chat,
end
chat,
it right now, yeah.
chat wants to see an image of Cha's mom, and I'm trying to see how I can show
No,
that.
no, chat.
Yeah.
No internet.
Give
Internet.
give
Don't be so stereotypically internet. Internet.
give
Come on,
see.
internet.
her,
You can do
know,
better
some
than this.
some tasteful chest covering with a little
You can
boo
do better
boo.
than this, internet.
For those that are
Don't
in
look
my
at my
chat,
sill.
I'll post it in my Discord.
Don't look at
Image.
my sill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will catch you all next week. I'm gonna drop out of here.
We'll do
I've got
that.
some
All
things
right,
to do.
Zed.
Yeah.
Right on.
Browse.
Well
See
That
you
was a
next
joke.
time.
I was referencing the Cha's
Oh,
mom. Anyway,
so you didn't want to. Okay.
No, no, Zed. Don't be like the internet.
that's the last time I'll ever mention it. I promise.
I doubt that.
sincerely doubt that.
The succubus has been brought out of the box. Yep.
Oh God.
Let's see.
Yay.
Can I
Bucket in
just
this
drag it
box
to
has been
OBS?
opened.
I cannot.
Okay.
Pandora.
I will see you
I'm
all
Oh, wait.
soon.
Okay.
Good night,
Awesome.
everybody.
See you
Have a
guys
great
next
week.
Okay, here we
Bye.
go.
Everyone have an awesome week.
Here you go, teen.
Bye.
All right, bye. I'll give you guys a quick flash. You'll see. This here is Cha's mother. You get a split second of it. There you go. Enjoy that, chat. Tasteful. It's tasteful. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Yeah, that was definitely fun for sure. Hopefully you guys had as much fun as we all did. Let's see. So today's Tuesday. Yeah, we do this every Tuesday at about 7:30/7:40 Pacific, and we go for about 3 to 3.5 hours, give or take. We do it every Tuesday. So if you want to check that out, by all means, drop on by. If you couldn't make it to the live stream, then yeah, put this on YouTube. So probably by about Sunday evening is when I try to get the D&D sessions uploaded, because I still have one to do tomorrow, or I still have to run game tomorrow. So I usually need to, yeah. So those will be up by Sunday. If not, the VODs stay up on Twitch for about a week, I believe, for me. Yeah, about a week. So if you want to catch that, then by all means, take a look-see. And tomorrow, we will be back at it, as I've said before, at 5:30 Pacific, so about 2 hours earlier. But we go for about the same amount of time, 3.5 hours. Different group, different feel, but they are all role players. This man Brian so I could stay up longer. Well, that's a monthly fee. But that's also why I started putting them on YouTube, because they stay there. That's the fun part. They stay there. Yearly fee is like 100. Let's see. I think ours is 15 or so a month. Something like that. But I also don't exactly make that much money. So I have to be very frugal with my finances for purposes of keeping roof overhead, food in gut, and water in gut as well. And power to be able to, do this. It's cheaper to go yearly. I wouldn't know. The other reason I never really got it was the other reason I never really got it was I am a notorious impulse buyer. So yeah. I try to avoid that by not having it, kind of thing, as well. But anywho, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. For those of you who came in at the tail end, feel free to check out the VOD, because as soon as I end stream, I believe the VOD's just already there. But for those who want to wait till later, Sunday will be the day, Sunday. And yeah, thanks for the follows. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we were, like I said, entertaining. And hopefully Chaw's mom will keep you very entertained for the rest of the week. Until next time. Chaw's mom. That's just even funny to say. Yeah. So with that, I will be popping off here in a second. Let me put that away. Yep. And then do that. Hold on. My sounds were muted when you did that. I'll do it again for you. I'll do it again. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. So you didn't feel like you wasted points or anything. Just let me. There you go. Soundbite. All right. Chasuck, how's it going? I mean, You do. You saw the image. You saw the image. I'm just saying. That's what she's all about, yo. But did I put the scene in right? I did. Okay. So, like I said, I am just OBS is doing OBS things. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have your guys. Oh my god, my brain's even stopped working. Yikes. So you know what? Let's raid somebody today. Let's go say hello to someone. Another group doing some D&D maybe, or do we want to do? Yeah, we'll raid somebody who's playing some D&D just to have you guys get your D's and D's on. I'm pretty much gonna do a raid and run because I gotta eat some food. So let's do this. If I can actually do this. Oh, I was muted when I said that. Oopsie. Anyway, I was saying we're gonna raid a friendo, a little change of pace. They're playing some Resident Evil, and I never get to say hello to Khalees via raid. So this is a rare occurrence, and I can't afford to miss the opportunity to support a good friend of the channel. So let's go say what's up to Khalees. All right. Have yourselves a good one. Catch you tomorrow. Peace out, y'all.